Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Hello, everyone.
What up, everybody? It's good to see you guys just in time. They're about to do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Leon, Harris, Dawson,
And look who's sitting in front with a safety vest on.
Corian, Lee, McCosker, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto, Martinez,
Look who's sitting right here.
10 members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
Look who's sitting right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. First order of business.
Approval
and
of the
center.
minutes of May 16, 2023.
Mr. Herman.
Councilmember Hutt moves and Councilmember Park seconds. Next.
What's up, Roscoe?
Commendatory resolutions
What's
for
up, Yessie?
approval.
What's up, Venom?
Councilmember Hernandez moves and Councilmember Yoslowski seconds.
Is he a fuck on his back? I
Next.
couldn't even see it.
Madam Clerk, let's run through the agenda.
What does it say? Fuck what?
Yes, sir. Mr.
This doesn't say
President,
fuck.
there is a request from a council member to continue item 5 to
He's
August
doing
16,
okay. He was peeing
2023,
a couple
sir.
times yesterday, Mom.
Without objection, that will be the order.
Item number 1 is an item noticed for public hearing. Item 2 is an item for which public hearing has been held. The committee report for item 2 has been submitted, posted online under the council file. Items 3 and 4 are items which public hearings have not been held. Item 5 on the continuation is an item for which public hearing has been held, and that has been continued to August 16. And 10 votes are required for consideration, sir.
Thank you. Without objection, those items
Caller.
are now before us.
Why is she wearing a face diaper? Because she's still
Members have any
scared.
items that they like to call special.
GC Blue. I don't think I could. Oh, he's got a swastika shirt
Yeah.
on now. Wow, what an asshole. He's wearing a swastika shirt, or is it on his vest?
Seeing none,
to
we'll
wear
now
that,
vote on items
to
that
where
have
it's not a
been called special.
sign,
Madam
so he
Clerk,
can't get
which
kicked out
items
for
are
holding
before
the
us?
sign.
Mr. President, council
What an
may
asshole,
now
Mr.
vote on
Herman.
item number 2, sir.
Jesus. Ay, ay, ay. What's up, sweet?
Okay, let's open the roll.
What's up, Canadian garbage man?
Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
10 eyes.
What's up, dead poets? 10 eyes. We're already voting? What are we
Madam
voting
Clerk,
for?
what's next?
Don't we do that after?
Mr. President, I shall read
we do that
the
last?
instructions for public
Suddenly we got a
comment.
new
As
order.
indicated on the agenda, members of the public wishing to offer public comment should call 669-254 5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466 and then press pound. Press pound
Callie,
again
he's
for
there
prompted
again.
for participant ID. Once admitted
okay
into
right
the
now,
meeting,
Chris.
press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute. Again, call
Hi, Jesse.
669-254-5252.
Voting on whether to
Use meeting
vote?
ID number 160-535-8466 and then press pound. Press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute.
Yeah, Draco.
So
Stinky
for
wasn't
members of the
feeling too
public
good
calling
last
in
night.
or in the audience, when it's your turn to speak, please state which of the agenda items you'd like to speak on.
So I
you
wanted
have
to
1
hang
minute
with him.
per item to speak, up to 3 minutes total. And if you wish 1 minute for general public comment, please speak
Feeling
to the
better
items
today
before
so far.
beginning general public
Knock
comment.
on wood,
We'll
so
tell
we'll
you when
see.
your time's up. The items, when you're speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you're not on topic,
Well, Mr. Herman's there today, Kayla. He's sitting in the front row with a swastika, with a work vest, you know, like a construction wears, construction worker wears. And then he's got a swastika attached to that. I don't know if it's the shirt that he's wearing with a swastika on it, and he's front row, just so he can't be missed.
it was just voted on. 5 has been continued. You can, of course, speak on those
So when
other
they go
items
back-
or anything else
Come here,
within the
baby
subject
boy.
matter jurisdiction
Come
of the city
Everybody
in
wants to see
general
you.
public
You
comment.
okay?
Now, for members of the public phoning in, as you were told, when it's your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will prompt you to press star
Safety
6
vest,
to unmute
yeah.
yourself. If you don't do so, council staff will prompt you once more by reading off the last 4 digits of your phone number. At that point, you really need to press star 6 right away, or we'll move on to the next speaker.
He's just back to his peeing outside of the box thing a couple times. And I don't know. So we'll see. And if he keeps it up, then I got to take him to the vet again today.
Listening on Channel 35 or YouTube or something, please turn down the volume on those other devices right away. between the time delay and feedback, if you're listening on the other devices as well, it causes a huge amount of confusion. Secondly, while you're waiting for your turn to speak, please keep one ear to the phone and don't just be listening to the other devices. We want you to hear in real time when it's your turn to press star 6. Because of the time delay, if you're only listening to, say, YouTube, you may not hear right away.
Well, it's that, they're telling you, hey, something's wrong, basically. That's why they pee outside the box. That's kind of what they do. That's at least how I was explained to it. And the problem is, you put them on a regimen of 2 weeks plus of drugs, 2.5 weeks of drugs. So it's not like it just in 2 or 3 days of stop doing the drugs, it just goes away. It takes more than that, just like us, right? When we start taking drugs, whatever it may be that's prescribed to us, by a doctor, of course. It takes a while to work through your system.
Please come forward.
Paul Gooch, thank you so much, Paul, for the first dodo.
My money don't jiggle, jiggle. It folds. I like to see you wiggle, wiggle, for sure.
All right, let me set this up right here. Hold on a second. Got to fix the screen here. Come on, man. Where's my... Jesus, what are you doing? Oh, the trackpad. That's why.
Hi, so if you've come up to speak, you can just go straight to the podium.
Hold on, guys. The trackpad's getting charged.
Yes, sir. Hi. So if you'd be kind enough to remind us of the name you signed up under and what you want to speak on.
Yes, my name is Alexander Kim. My title is President of Dreams Come True Foundation, a 503c non-profit organization. I'm a member of the Affordable Housing and Homelessness Solutions Working Group, comprised of 100% affordable housing investors, developers, small property owners, general contractors, modular construction factory operators, real estate
Magic, he's on prescription food from the vet.
and advocates who all support Mayor Bass's vision for a new LA. We are here to urge City Council's full approval of the 2023-24 budget, which funds much-needed investments in city staff, homeless services, substance use treatment, street team medicine, as well as temporary and permanent housing solutions. The proposed budget, coupled with Mayor's emergency declaration, provides both the resources and the authority needed to cut through the red tape that has held us back for over a decade from effectively addressing LA's humanitarian homelessness crisis.
Why would I need to
Thank
check
you
the
very
ingredients? It was this specific food was the only food that I could get
Mr. Herman,
from the vet.
you signed up?
Mr.
Please
Herman.
come to the podium.
Oh,
Which items
Mr.
had you
Viewer
signed up
discretion
for,
is
Mr.
advised. Viewer discretion is advised. I got to him early. Holy shit, he's got a swastika.
All items and non-agenda.
This piece of shit put a
public
swastika
comments.
on
You
his-
have
Simplify.
3 minutes for items
On
1,
his shirt.
3, and 4, followed by a minute for general. Please begin.
So,
Marty, thank you, Marty.
on the notion of item 1 regarding the budget, in pursuit to the injustice
Thanks, Marty.
of the budget for the city of Los Angeles, my motion, for the record, falls in the hands of the
Must have took the pills.
potential mayor, right? Who is she? What has the mayor done with our budget? Simply to provide us with South Robinson and Rampart Village neighborhood councils? It's not something significant. We all know what criminals do behind closed doors. So this budget regarding the related motions and resolutions of today's consideration is fucked. Then I go into item number 3, for the record.
Pills are wearing off.
Again, case number 19STRO-03037, for the record, applies to item 3, 23-0486. The who's not here, approving the Department of Neighborhood Empowerment, acronym done shit right, to use various shit spaces that belong to the public in the City Hall of the Congress for Neighborhoods. Well, I've never heard of a fucked up system like that in my life. Neighborhood Congress, neighborhood councils, they haven't done shit because we're still living in the rut down ghettos of Los Angeles. Thank you, Mr. Don't do shit right. And then on number 4, it talks about Mr. Park and I've mentioned this on record before regarding the assholes of the transportations known as Caltrans, in which 7 years I filed a claim for $10,000 to report the access denial of the bridge located in Los Angeles 90012, Soto Morango, District 7 of Caltrans. Politely, fuck you. So the
Politely.
contingencies to accept the $15 million funding for Caltrans to establish a new account. Well, you don't need a new account. What the fuck is the governor doing to get Caltrans to clean up our freeways and clean up our easements and clean up our roads? Very little.
The people that are bad.
And the
clean it
denial
up.
is an issue under the 2010 standard of the ADA regarding how
You can
to
go into
spend
general.
the money. All right.
People like me and
Now,
us
in the
clean the
case of the
freeways.
United States versus Bagdasarian, the first president, I'll read into the record, with no offense, after all, it is the United States versus Bagdasarian. Lest this country be fucked for another 4 years because never in the history has a black person done anything right. Watts versus the Supreme Court, U.S. 394, 70506. The defendant here said, and now I have already received my draft classification as 1A, and I have to get to report for my physical this Monday coming. I'm not going to go there if they ever make me carry a rifle. The first man I want to get in my sight is LBJ, ID at 706. So you see, on the back of my orange jersey, it says Cohen versus the draft.
He's crazy.
Fuck the draft.
Thank you very much,
Fuck
Mr.
the
Herman.
draft.
Next speaker.
They already have the LAPD up there for him. Ah, shit, yeah. Like, stay close. Stay close to Mr. Herman, please.
Hello, speaker.
He was kind of
Hello,
sedated
I'm
today.
Gontavia Porter.
Okay.
I'm here to talk about Agenda 3 and a public comment.
Sure. So you have a
just
minute
woke
for
up.
each. Please begin.
Sounds
Thank you. Okay, I'm here to talk about done, which I don't really understand about this because never have I ever heard anything about this. And when I came down and did my resources, half of these is nothing from the black community, honestly. And I'm kind of a little speechless about it.
She still asleep?
Secondly, it says you guys have a space in the city hall on the 23rd of this year for the Congress of the neighborhood, but which neighborhood? I really don't understand. Which neighborhood? Because as we all can step outside these doors, we still see people sleeping in front of these walls, which I really don't understand, which are doing for these neighborhoods. And yeah, that's about it for that.
That's about it for that one.
Go to general. then.
I want
I could
her
do my-
debating my
General
case.
public comment.
Okay. Now I'm here to speak about the homelessness for the single mothers and how it's very unfair to us that we have these resources that they tell us to reach out to, but when we reach out, we don't have no callbacks, no nothing. I sent emails to Mr. Dawson and Mr. Kevin DeLeon numerous times. I haven't got no callback nor no emails back from them, and I think it's very unprofessional that the LASA sent me to PATH, and PATH haven't did nothing but disrespected me, took advantage, and took all my belongings without any of my consent, which is very unprofessional. I have complaints. I end up fracturing my toe, my fingers, and they still overlooked that. My daughter had an asthma attack, and it's very unfortunate.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So how is it
Okay,
anybody's
can,
fault when your kid
can we
has an
have
asthma
a,
attack or you
deputy
stubbed your toe?
Follow up with the speaker.
Trying to get that bunsy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I think they wanted Mr. Herman out of there early.
Dr. Truthbay.
Just let him talk quickly and get out of
Which
here.
items had you
Dr.
signed up for
Truth
tonight?
Bay, let's go.
All available items
Okay,
on public
so
comment.
you have 3 minutes for items 1, 3, and 4, followed by a minute for general.
on your
Please
chair.
begin.
All right, the homeless budget
Good
is
boy.
atrocious.
Good boy.
Majority of your funding goes to homeless deputies that have never been homeless before. Many of them don't look like me, and we have said that over and over again. Between the county and the city of Los Angeles, you have 20 elected officials, 19 since District 6 is still vacant, that have no clue how to house people. Millions of dollars wasted. You have staff members that get 6 figures while they keep passing the buck. Homeless people are calling, oh, we'll call you right back. Victor Pacheco, give him 1 homeless deputy for the whole entire county of Los Angeles. And yet, the homeless deputies for each of your district are the same bread. Nick, District 15, that's your district. Yet, he emailed me and said it's the county's issue of why they put families in that dirty-ass hotel, the Paradise Inn. Latia Stevenson. That's who I stand here for. Pregnant mother of twins with 5 kids that came to you 3 times and said, why didn't you transfer her to the Vivo Hotel in Torrance where there's 2 beds, it's clean, and you don't have a homeless deputy to even respond. He sent me an email stating it's Holly Mitchell's problem. Holly Mitchell doesn't know which side is up.
Oh,
Horrible.
Mr. Spindler walking
I
in.
need some of
Go
y'all
boys
to
walking
really
in.
focus on homeless outreach and engagement. I don't care what else you do.
There he is.
Focus on homeless
There he
outreach
is.
and engagement.
Go boy.
Where's the Reimagine funds?
Go boys
Reimagine
there.
this. Politicians not taking money
right
for
behind. He's
themselves.
about to sit down in the
Reimagine
black
this.
shirt.
The funding actually going to the services that we asked for when you strip $150 million from LAPD for community programs. I can tell you, many of the community members know that it's not coming to them. Gang reduction, community workers. They keep asking for funding.
legend
that
is here.
Stealing.
Do you
While
wanna-
he's standing there.
So, Dr. Toothpay, do you want to move on to items 3 or 4? You've been 2
Oh,
minutes.
yes.
on
So
this.
let me speak to items.
Oh, yes.
I'm a little passionate when it comes to real issues. Agenda number 3, Department of Neighborhood Empowerment Congress, September 23rd. The neighborhood councils suck,
They do.
starting with Harbor Gateway. You have people that are in these positions, they're not paid positions, so they don't care. Again,
Look at him
homeless
raising the
outreach and
roof back
engagement
there.
is
Mr.
not
Spindler already
being
fucking around.
funded correctly. You're not hiring the right people. You
Just
need
got
a
in there. He's
black
already playing
homeless
around. Look at him.
czar with all of the last names here that I'm looking at that's having a conversation right now when I'm talking. This is your homeless legislative policy analyst
Look at him,
having
look
a
at him, look at
conversation
him.
right now.
Watch him behind
But
him.
ask her how to house a family. I don't know. But she'll get 6 figures. She's going to lunch and she's going to sleep in her 3,000 thread count sheet bed while some of us sleep in tents. How dare you?
You can go to general.
How dare you? While we sleep in our cars, you having a conversation. Public comments. Reparations is at hand. I don't need you to figure out and have another task force of Capri Maddox figuring out which way to go. Reparations is at hand. That includes housing, that includes education, that includes equity. So when black women are applying, black men are applying for these contracts that you're taking for yourself, Mr. Mark Riley Thomas II, standing right there drinking your coffee. How much money did you take from the Reimagine funds, Marquise Harris Dawson, out of $16 million that your Bellum Lama stated that you got? Only 4.2 that you put in the newspaper is given. What? Groceries for 1,500 families? Thank you. While you sleep in a mini mansion, do us a favor, black man. Step down. You're doing us no favors.
Look at
You
Mr.
and that
Spindler
lady
back there.
standing next to you. You
He's
guys are
going in.
useless. So I'm asking you, those who are listening, to please help
okay,
us
thank
and
you.
work
Thank-
correctly.
Okay, thank you. Get out of here.
Please.
Thank you. Get out of here. Mr. Spindler's already going in. This boy ain't even been in there 10 minutes. Not even 2 minutes. This fool's already going crazy.
Here,
What is going on with my
Adrian
screen?
Spires, Bertha Banuelos, Alexandria Holston, Anna Carrington, Camille Lewis, and Otley.
Hi.
Rumbles working?
If you
Sweet.
please remind us of the name you signed up under and
What's up,
what
bro?
you want to speak on.
I want to talk about,
up, Coco, right?
domestic violence women and about our budget. But first of all, I do apologize, and I think it'd be nice if you allow me to stand up and have a second of prayer. Would it be okay?
So why don't we start with
And a
item one,
prayer?
right?
Really?
And then we'll go to general public comment, and you can have a moment.
Okay, but can I pray myself then if nobody else wants to pray with me? Can I do that?
Yeah, how long will you take?
Nothing. I
Go
don't.
ahead. Go ahead.
We'll strike you down.
Please, everybody, attention, and I don't need any background things disrespecting me. Please. Thank you.
Disrespecting me, please.
Father, thank you. We come to you to this morning. Thank you because we need to come back to the founds of our roots. In God we trust. Thank you, Father, for everybody here. Thank you for every family. We ask that you will guide this meeting and everyone else, all the meetings ahead of time. In Jesus' name.
Thank you. All right, so let's move on. With the one.
To talk about domestic violence. I am a victim of it. I thank Topics because I am in a motel right now, but without being able to work. Now I can work. I speak a few languages, and I'm a victim of domestic violence and for the unfairness and being unjust in Alabama because of the laws that also need to be changed.
Alabama.
That's why I'm in this situation.
Alabama,
homeless,
man.
And Topics needs the funds. I don't know what Ms. Mayor is doing with those funds because we need them. There's a lot of domestic violence, women, children that are homeless and they need their assistance. So I don't know what's going on, but I would like to address that I am representing women's domestic violence itself. I am one of them. And I am in one of the motels right now because thank God to Topics that I have heard that it's no more funds, so we need your help on that because there's a lot of children, a lot of women, a lot of abused women, and all because of fairness.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Alabama, man. I used to have that drop. I took it out for some reason.
Oh, righty then.
All right.
Keeley, Dr. D, Betty Garcia.
Dr. D's going to give him some shit.
Bertha Manuelos.
Dr. D likes to give him
Ann
shit.
Carrington, Ann Oxley, Arturo Gonzalez, please come forward.
Is John Federman speaking? John Federman can barely speak,
Item 1 and
LSX.
public comment, please.
Please begin. You have a minute for each.
Barely
Okay.
utter out a sentence.
Yeah, my friend over here was talking about how you are so distracted. Wake up, everybody.
Yeah.
We're talking about the budget, okay? You want to give $1.9 billion this year to the cops?
Billion?
And then you'll probably give them another billion when they go on the metro for the year, right?
$2 billion.
Yeah. You know, no more funds to the cops. You know, there are fewer cops right now, and crime is down.
Yeah.
Does that say something to you? It should.
What a lion-ass
It should
old
say
bitch
that
you
cops
are.
Don't
Gaslighter.
make our streets safe. All they
Gaslighter.
do is cause problems over and over and over again.
This bitch ain't never watched Smoking Scam.
You need to study the people's budget. You need to listen to the BLM members who are here today.
BLM.
Because they represent the people. You do not.
BLM.
Yeah.
Fucking grifters.
De Leon. He's hiding today, right? He hides when he doesn't want to be called out. De Leon needs to get off this city council. And you, all of you, need to unite against this man. Not just a few of you walk out when he comes to entertain you or speak. You need to get rid of him. He doesn't belong here. He does not represent his district, nor does he represent the city of LA.
Karen's mom.
If he does, we're in big trouble, friends. And you know it. So get rid of Kevin De Leon. Study the people's budget, not what the mayor is proposing, and work out what the priorities ought to be, because you're not representing the priorities of this city to us, period.
Sit down, you old Marxist.
Emotional damage.
Good afternoon.
Fucking socialist
My name is Adrian
pig.
Spires. I'm from Black Women for Wellness. I just want to say this first. This is my first time ever being here, and I am from the educational field, and some of the behaviors and the not being attentive when people talk, it just concerns me. I think, so I'm going to move forward.
Okay.
So I want to talk about the budget for the police department. $119 million giving to them and not looking at how that money can be
Is it
distributed.
119 or is it 1.9 billion? Which is it?
Community-based organizations,
Who's wrong?
housing, and so many other things that money could be given to. Also, I learned that the city of LA will provide funding in the proposed budget if there is a lawsuit against LAPD, and I'm concerned about that as well as taxpayers. Where's the police union? Why they're not paying for that? Why does the taxpayers have to pay for that? I'm concerned about a $4 million payout around sexual harassment. I'm from the anti-gender-based violence field, and to hear that the same budget is not giving money to domestic violence.
Thank you. Did you sign up for general public comment?
Yeah, right.
I did.
D lines,
Then let's
big
give it to you.
difference.
Please go
Okay,
ahead.
so the
One of them's
general
way
public
off.
comment is also, let's make sure we just spread the wealth. California is wealthy. Spread the wealth while it's needed.
Good luck
and
with that.
also, let's take a look at the fact that black people are only 9% of the population and 34% of the homelessness. That should be embarrassing for a state that calls themselves this international economic fierce smart intellectual people that know how to keep the books. I really would like to see that the homelessness
Where are
among
they?
black people, we will be in the black, meaning accounting, the numbers, and not in the red. So thank you, and I hope you all consider that.
Good luck with that.
How does the Senate vote?
And that is real, ladies and gentlemen, right there. How does the Senate vote?
Please remind us.
Fuck
of
the
your name, you signed up for,
poor.
and what you signed up to speak on.
Keeley, the budget and public comment.
Great. You have a minute for each. Please begin, sir.
My name's Keeley. I'm with Black Lives Matters LA and the People's
Oh, the
Budget
grifter's
LA.
up here.
And we
Shout out to you,
just
grifter.
finished a presentation.
Nice chin
to
diaper.
Your budget committee and to the mayor.
Or is that a fucking...
And what we found
is that his
out from
beard?
the over 2,000 people we surveyed, and 43% of whom had been victims of crimes,
Grifter.
that not one of them argued for, supported for, or indicated support for more funding for the police. Over 2,000 people were surveyed. And over the past 4 years, we've talked to over 30,000 people. None of them have talked about more funding for the police. That's why we oppose this additional $87 million for the police in this budget. We are calling for a divest and invest. Divest from the police and invest in communities. Invest. 93% of the people who we surveyed wanted more money for mental health.
You don't invest in your own community, so why the fuck should I?
You can do that by simply
Why the fuck should I?
taking that $87 million that is currently being proposed and put it in more funding for mental health. The second most obvious source of funding that is needed is for housing. Right now, if you are waiting for a voucher for Section 8, you can wait up to 10 to 12 years. So there is certainly monies that can go in different directions. So one, we are opposing the $87 million that's
The
in this
grifter's
budget.
telling you where
Two,
the
that
money
we
can
are
go.
calling for
Got
a
that?
divest, invest, no more funding for police. Police don't make us safe. We make us safe. Thank you.
BLM don't make nobody... Hold on. I need to pause this shit. We need to pause it for just a second. BLM don't make nobody safe, and I mean not a motherfucking person. Except for them motherfucking pig selves. That's it, those motherfucking grifters. If you're a part of BLM, fuck you, you're a grifter, and that's that, and you're Antifa. You're anti-American, you're a fucking pig. And I want you to show me how much money you, BLM, have put into any motherfucking community. Show me. Don't fucking show me how much. Don't tell me. Show me. You talk a whole lot. You run that game. You run that lip. Show me how much money BLM has given to these communities, motherfucker. Nothing. Oh, grifting ass motherfucker. I need me another mansion. Hibbity hoo.
Hello.
Fuck out of here. You don't do nothing for your own community. Motherfucker gets shot. Motherfucker gets shot right in front of your fucking face. You don't see a goddamn thing. 37 of you was outside. Nobody saw a goddamn thing. That's more harmful to your community than not giving them money. You're letting the vultures run your own community because you ain't got the nuts or guts to stand up to them. Talking about bootlickers. Psh, you motherfuckers are the bootlickers.
Y soy miembro de Community Coalition y de la coalición
Lick
Make
that boot.
LA Whole.
Okay, one second.
Disgusting
One moment.
grifters.
Can you mic the translator, please? We're not getting the translation.
Gotta mic the translator now? Hold on.
Hola, señora. Disculpe, otra vez su nombre.
Hold on, guys. Let me do this.
Mi nombre es Berta Bañuelos
Yes, my name is Berta Bañuelos,
y soy miembro de Community Coalition
member of the Community Coalition
y de la coalición Make LA Whole.
and the organization Make
There we go,
LA
that's better.
Whole.
Quiero agradecer al alcalde
What's up,
por
Adam?
proponer
Happy
un
Wednesday.
presupuesto que hace inversiones significativas en nuestras comunidades.
I would like to thank the mayor because he's proposed this budget that makes significant investments.
Never,
in our
Roy.
community.
That doesn't happen. Shh. That doesn't never
Le
happen,
pido
Roy.
al
You're wrong.
Consejo que no traslade
Doesn't exist.
ninguno de los fondos para comidas para personas mayores de respuesta rápida.
And I would ask the council
Thanks,
not to
Talvish.
divert any funds from the
Appreciate you.
food for elderly people for a quick response.
Al saldo no asignado para garantizar que no haya interrupciones en el programa,
And I'd like to be guaranteed that there won't be any interruptions in that program,
ya que nuestras personas mayores no pueden permitirse una pausa en este servicio.
because the elderly people really need the service. They cannot permit a pause.
También me gustaría más viviendas para adultos mayores.
That's it, Bobby
I would
Bounce.
also like to see
That's
more
it.
affordable living for elderly people.
Gracias por
Paul
su
Gooch, thank you for
atención.
another
Hagan
one.
lo correcto e inviertan en las comunidades más necesitadas.
Thank you for your attention. Do what's correct and
Paul,
invest in the more needy
this is the-
communities.
This is the weird situation where my mouth
processing.
actually earned me something. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate you for
Another one.
Good morning, City Council members. My name is Arturo Gonzalez, and I'm representing ABS Properties. And as a member of the Affordable Housing and Homeless Solution Working Group, comprised of 100% affordable housing investors, developers, small property owners, general contractors, modular construction, factory operators, real estate agents, nonprofits, and so on, we're here to advocate and urge City Council to support Mayor Bass's vision for the new LA. We are here to urge City Council also to full approval of the 23-24 budget, which funds desperately needed staff, homeless services, substance use treatment, street team medicine, as well as temporary and permanent housing solutions. I'm also here to urge City Council to get all city departments like DOT, BOE, LADBS to follow suit, just like LADWP is doing with the water and also power service, to get them to help 100% affordable housing. It should not take 3 weeks to install
Get it, Mr. Pimp.
temporary no parking signs so a developer can bring their crane into the construction site. I can go on and tell you all the difficulties that 100% affordable housing developers are having. I urge you to get all departments together and to also approve this budget. Thank you.
He's already an announcer, guys. He does that Sunday.
Vinnie Pooh, Blanca Duenas,
For the monster trucks, he's that
Carlos
guy.
Leon,
That's it.
C.D. McCall, Charice Brimon, Chelsea Rosales.
Fire season's all year round, Mayor.
Williams.
They say now it's really
Feel free
year
to
round.
Come on in. Come on
We
down.
don't really have a season anymore.
Hi, if you'd please remind us of the
It's
name
just
you signed
always
up
here.
under and what you want to speak
We're
on.
always at risk.
Brooke Irvin, item 1 in public comment.
Great, please begin.
All right, my name is Brooke, and I'm a member of Coco and the Make LA Whole Coalition.
Coco?
I want to thank the mayor for proposing a budget that makes significant investments in our community. I also want to thank the Budget and Finance Committee for supporting the city's investment of over $100 million in vital community assistance programs, including rental assistance, tenant assistance, child care, community safety, and senior meals programs. I ask that the council not make any of the proposed grid funding into the unappropriated balance so that the funding is available for our community now. I also would like to voice my support for the mayor's budget and proposed Inside Safe plan that will bring Angelenos inside in a way that is proven to work. The city council should pass the mayor's budget so we can urgently address our housing crisis. In future budget cycles, we continue to request no additional funding placed in LAPD's budget and that the city create a permanent plan to distribute all city resources equitably, no evenly to the highest need city council districts. Thank you.
Thank you.
Terry, thank you so much for the tier 1 for 26 months. You are
outstanding.
It's great to see you. Thank you. And
Hi,
I don't know
if
how you
please
kicked
remind
yourself
us
out.
of
Live,
when
love,
you
laugh.
signed up
Great to
under
see
what you
you.
want to speak on.
Yes, item 1 and general comment if I run out of time. Good afternoon, morning. My name is Charice Brahman Weaver, President and CEO of the Los Angeles Brother Crusade and a member of Make LA Whole. First, I want to thank the mayor and the council for really looking at the investments of $100 million around utilities, childcare, senior meals.
I thought you guys weren't getting anything.
Of course, Inside Safe.
Maybe you should give up your money and give it to BLM. That's what I think you should do. That $100 million.
Our housing crisis.
You don't need it. BLM needs it.
As a contractor with the city of Los Angeles in partnership.
Apparently
with
they don't know
all
how
of
to work.
grid providers.
The rest of the
We
world.
want to ensure that we are not moving any of the money into the unappropriate balance of the
Hi,
budget.
Francine.
We need funding now to support our communities, to ensure that our members are safe. The work that we've been doing for decades is on the street with all of the prevention provider, intervention, and the mental health specialists to ensure that we are doing right around community
Oh, they ain't
safety.
actors. There's
Thank
no
you.
way.
Thank you.
I mean, some of them are shills for sure, you know, for a cause.
Next speaker, please.
But
Please come
none of
forward.
these idiots are actors, that's for sure.
Good
Nelson,
morning,
thank you so much,
everyone.
Nelson.
My name is Carlos Leon, organizer at Community Coalition and part of the amazing Meleke Whole coalition here present. First of all, to thank the mayor for a budget that significantly invests in their communities.
Right, Terry? But they
there's
don't. You
specific
know
things
that.
we really want to make sure that you all understand and we push for. One is to make sure that the council does not move any of the proposed funding for rapid response
Mrs. C,
senior
thank you.
meals into the unappropriated balance. We need that money now. Our seniors are dying on the streets. They're starving. They keep asking us to make sure that their support is being met. We ask the council not to move any of the proposed grid funding into the unappropriated balance so the funding is available for our communities now. We need it now. We are currently going through a huge emergency. Post-pandemic, our communities are being pushed into the streets. Over 47,000 people are being evicted daily. 3 people were dying on the streets. Now it's 7 to 8 people dying on the streets, predominantly black and brown. This budget does the best in terms of being equitable and really highlighting the things that we need. Please, we're urging you, we are demanding for you to pass the budget now. Make LA whole now. Pass the budget.
Make LA whole. That's going to make LA whole. Dreams of graduate. Yes, the screamers in the back are all kinds of. But Mr. Harlan's right next to Goat Boy. I see Mr. Harlan in there.
Hi, my name is Chelsea Rosales.
Where's
and
Mr.
I'm
Sachs?
here to
I'm worried
speak on
about
item
him, guys.
General public comment.
I'm worried about Mr. Sachs.
Here today as a member of Industry Struggle and Make LA Whole Coalition. I live in El Sereno, District 14. And I want to thank the mayor for proposing a budget that makes significant investments in our communities. I want to also thank the Budget and Finance Committee for supporting the city's investment in over $100 million in vital community assistance programs, including rental assistance, tenant assistance, childcare, community safety, and senior meals programs. I am here today to ask the council not to move any of the proposed funding for the rapid response senior meals into the unappropriated balance to make certain that there are no disruptions in the program. Our seniors cannot afford a pause in this service. I have worked with members in my community who have told me that sometimes they worry about what they're going to be eating the next day. We need to make sure that we are looking out for our community members. I also would like to voice my support for the mayor's budget and proposed Inside Safe plan because it will consider Angelenos in a way that is proven to be effective. The city council should pass the mayor's budget so that we can urgently address our housing crisis. I am tired of seeing so many community members struggle. Homelessness continues to be a systematic issue that we need to address. It is your responsibility to represent Angelenos in this city, to propose solutions that will bring positive changes to our communities. You need to think about the most vulnerable members of our city, seniors, undocumented people, single mothers, families, and children. Thank you for your attention and support, and we urge you to do what is right and invest in our communities that are in most need. Thank you.
Doing okay sitting there.
Thank you.
Mr. Sachs,
Thank you.
I don't know.
Corey, Algeria,
For a
Cody
weapon?
Williams,
No.
Dorothy Thompson,
Mr. Sachs
Donald
ain't got no
Harlan,
weapon.
Eleanor Collins,
Harlan.
Emily Mondragon,
Mr.
Enrique
Spindler.
Gaspar, and Erica Jimenez.
Okay, so we get Mr. Harlan's coming up in this bunch.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Blanca
morning.
Dueñas,
Good morning. My name
miembro
is Blanca
de la
Dueñas.
lucha del pueblo
I'm a member of Struggle for the Community.
y la coalición de hacer Los Ángeles entero,
And the
completo.
Make Los Angeles Whole Coalition.
Quiero agradecer primeramente al Comité de Presupuesto y Finanzas por apoyar la inversión
I'd like to thank the
What's up,
Budget
Funkrat?
and Finance Committee for approving this
What's up, Lone?
investment
de la ciudad, más de 100 millones,
of more than 100 million into the city.
en
of
programas
LA,
vitales
to vital programs
de asistencia comunitaria
for community assistance.
que incluyan asistencia para alquiler,
I would like more assistance for tenants included.
asistencia
I don't know, Shelley.
para inquilinos,
Yes, assistance for
They
tenants,
haven't
cuidado de niños,
talked about it. I'm sure it's going to go
Childcare.
up.
seguridad comunitaria
and community safety,
y programas de comida para personas
as well
como
as
yo de la tercera edad.
food programs
Vengo a
for people
apoyarme
that
yo
are
misma.
advanced in age, senior citizens. I
Le
want to
pido al-
support our
Le
people.
pido al Consejo que no traslade ninguno de los fondos para comidas para personas mayores.
I would like to ask the council not to transfer any of these funds from the
Yeah, I don't see
program that feeds
Mr.
the
Sachs in
senior
there at all, at
citizens.
least on the left side.
Quiero una respuesta rápida.
And I would like quick response.
Good luck with that.
Al saldo no asignado para garantizar que no haya interrupciones
I would like to be guaranteed
como
that
las
there
que acostumbran a hacer.
will be no interruptions in this program like the ones that usually occur.
En el programa, ya que las personas mayores necesitan estos servicios.
In this program, because the senior citizens really need the food services.
De antemano, gracias por su apoyo en aprobar el presupuesto y hacer lo correcto,
Thank you very much beforehand for approving this budget and doing what's correct,
que es invertir en nuestras comunidades.
investing in our communities.
Y también quiero
There's
recordarles
a lot of people in there. It's not
I
que
also want to remind
just the
you
first few rows they
están
leave
por el
open.
voto de la comunidad,
For
por
their
el
friends.
voto del pueblo, están sentados ahí.
that you are
Y
sitting here.
quiero que cumplan la
because we
palabra que
voted for
dijeron.
you.
Vamos a
Momento.
trabajar para el pueblo.
So you're
Sí
sitting
queremos que sean esos campeones,
because the
esos
town
líderes
voted
con
you
la
in,
comunidad
so
que los
we want you to be
ocupamos.
champions.
Porque
You
recuerden
voted them in.
que
Community.
este puesto es así, aquí
Don't be
tienen.
mad.
We support
Gracias.
You
but
voted
you're
for
in
these
this
people. Don't be
seat
mad.
That's so important.
Okay, you
Remember
voted
that.
for
Thank
them.
you.
And I guarantee you, whoever you vote for next time is going to
Okay,
do the
next
same
speaker,
shit.
please.
So remember that when you fucking vote, lady. Okay?
Hi. If you please
Remember,
remind us of the name you signed up
Some
under and what you want to
people
speak on.
have such quick
Yes, my
fucking
name's
memory.
Corey, and I am
Short
with,
memories.
Black Lives Matter. I'd like to. speak
Oh,
on
another
some of my
grifter.
items, please.
Okay.
She
So
needs
that would
money,
be
everybody. Give her your money. Open your
3,
wallets up.
4.
She needs money because she's oppressed and
please
poor.
begin.
She doesn't have a job. She's
So,
BLM.
We're here to talk about the budget of Los Angeles, and there's crises happening in Los Angeles: mental health, houselessness, and also the wanton disregard for human life by the Los Angeles Police Department. All of these things can be rectified by not giving an additional $87 million to the already bloated budget of this police department.
See, Mr.
We
Spindler?
know good and well that our communities are kept safe by resources for mental health and housing and health care, not by the police that have murdered so many people in this, city, in this
How
state
many?
already.
How many people is so many?
Leading to another record year for murder by a police department in this city. It's disgraceful. It's as disgraceful as the fact that the name De Leon is still on that screen. You need to do better as a city council. You need to represent us. We insist that the People's Budget Los Angeles be studied and implemented. We do not need more police on our streets. We need resources. We insist that you give resources to mental health care, to housing, to
Sorry
health
cut in.
care.
Do you want to move on to item 3 or 4?
Hey, Grifter, I'll make you $100
Ms.
bet.
Camille Lewis, sit down and be quiet
Excuse
right
me.
now, or you'll be ejected from the meeting.
You'll be asked to leave, ma'am, if you can't maintain order. Thank you.
I'm here for all of the agenda items.
So, Ms. Lewis, your first, last, only warning.
First, last, and only?
Speaker, would you like to move on to items 3 or 4 or
Fuck
go on
that
to general
speaker.
public comment?
I got something for that speaker when she's done.
Please go ahead.
Which is do your jobs. Do your jobs as the elected officials that you
Do
are.
your job.
Give
Go
us
to
the
fucking
resources
work
that
and
we
get a
need in
job
our
and stop
communities.
begging for money.
Stop murdering
You fucking
black,
lazy
brown,
bitch.
unhoused,
How's about that?
LGBTQ people. We need resources, an additional $87 million
Go to work.
to people who are armed and murdering our community is unacceptable. Do your jobs. Get Kevin De Leon off your city council. It's absolutely disgraceful. It's disgusting. We are
Just
a
like
complete
you.
community that believes in
Disgraceful
diversity,
and disgusting.
and we believe in the lives of our community members. So please, do your jobs.
Okay.
Thank you, Speaker.
And I'm a pause it for just 1 sec. Again, I'm willing to bet $100 US, $100 US that there's been more in wherever she lives. There's been more community killing, okay, amongst that community that she ain't said a fucking word about because she ain't got the nuts or guts to say anything about that because none of that matters. Versus the amount of people killed by the LAPD or Sheriff Department combined. Combined. Okay? Got you, girl. Got you, girl. So when the cop comes in and kills somebody, got it. Grift. When the white guy comes, kills you, grift. But when there's crime amongst the community, I'm turning my head. Bootlicker ass bitch.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Bootlicker ass bitch. How dare you call people bootlickers? You bitch are the bootlicker. I didn't see nothing. It happened right in front of me, but I didn't see nothing.
I want to speak on item 1.
That's why your community is the way it
If
is.
you pull the microphone up a little bit so we can hear you better. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, for one, I just would like to ask you guys for your undivided attention. It's like my reason for being here is I'm not a data, and I'm not, what you read and everything. I'm a
She's
living
not Data.
thing,
Isn't
and-
Data from Star Trek? Wasn't that the guy from Star Trek, Data?
Okay, anyway, so now that we're all on the same page, I'm here to ask for actually additional funding for the senior programs and definitely the hot meals. I'm a caregiver and I care for about 3 or 4 seniors. One now is my mother. She's 87 and she's having some symptoms of dementia. But I have tried like with
Data from the Goonies?
The Angel program, different programs, and because they're telling me the funding, that she's rejected, and it's like people that need that. They need a healthy meal to maintain their health. I also want to support the unarmed crisis response and alternatives. I'm
Hi, Barb.
living in it where there's mental health on my streets. I live in Vermont Knolls off of Vermont and 81st, and there's just a very need and a desperate need, for the help for the police officers. They're being banned for so much that they can do for us, and we can do this ourselves if you just give us the funding and the proper tools. And also on the public comment, I want to speak on the sidewalks
Vid.
and streets and potholes in my community. Myself, I have a prior injury. I have a metal plate in my neck and a metal pin in my ankle. I have tripped I've been there 10 years, over 3 times on the sidewalk or something on this curb. And I've yet to file any type of suit or whatever. I've just been trying to
course you haven't.
the
Get ready to
proper,
file a suit.
repairs. This has been over 30 years.
Trying
and
to
we're
file
living
that
like
suit,
this.
get that money.
So also I
That
just
grift
wanted to
on.
thank you guys, and also just ask Kevin Dion to just
Kevin
basically
Dion,
step down.
get Kevin Dion up out of here. Kevin Dion, get out your ass
Thank you
out of
very
here.
much.
I didn't know his name was Data. Okay, so there's 2 Datas then. There's Data, the kid with the gadgets in Goonies, which I totally didn't know his name was Data in the Love of
Harlan,
Goonies.
Eleanor Collins.
Oh, Mr. Harlan's coming up.
Item number 1 and
After
public
this
comments
chick.
if needed.
And again, could you speak a little more directly into the mic so we
Yes.
can
Oh
hear
no,
you
he's
better?
a few back. I see. He's
Item
3
1
back.
and public comments if needed.
Great.
Good morning. My name is Eleanor Collins, and I am a member of Community Coalition and the Make LA Whole Coalition. I want to thank the mayor
Right,
for
Terry?
proposing a budget that
You
makes
see it every day, I
significant
bet, Terry.
investments in our community.
Every day.
I also want to thank the
While
Budget
you're
and
at
Finance
work.
Committee for supporting the city's investment.
With 2 jobs.
I ask that the council not move any of the proposed funding for rapid response senior meals into the unappropriated balance to ensure there are no program disruptions, as our seniors cannot afford a pause in this service. I also would like to voice my support for the mayor's budget and proposed Inside Safe plan that will bring Angelinos inside in a way that is proven to work. The city council should pass the mayor's budget so we can urgently address our housing crisis. For my public comment, my mother will be 101 on the 28th of this month.
Shut up,
and if
Terry.
she needed these
101.
meals, I would want her to have them, just like I know all of you would want your loved ones to have these meals. Also, homeless people, I have homeless people in my family. I live in South Central LA. There are homeless people all around. This is a basic necessity.
Oh, Lainey,
Everyone
good to see you over
needs
there.
to be housed. And I would like to thank you for your intention and support and urge you to do what is right and invest in the communities most in need. Because when we fight,
Sorry, users.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, 101. She definitely got some great genes. Ate well. I mean, how else can you explain
Hi,
it?
if you please
101
remind
is a
us
little
of the
too
name you
old
signed
for
up
me
under
to
and what you
live.
wanna speak on.
I don't want to live that long, but that's
Hi,
crazy.
my name is Emily Mondragon, and I'm speaking
A whole
on
century
general comment.
plus.
Okay.
I am a member of Generations for Justice with Inner City Struggle and the Make LA Whole Coalition. And I want to thank the mayor for proposing a budget that makes significant investments in our communities, because when I was younger, I needed help and I wasn't near my best until I received my help. I went from struggling in adult school to not only receiving my diploma, but now I'm in higher education pursuing a career in medicine.
Nice.
Because of this, today I'm here to ask the council not to move any of the proposed GRYD funding into the unappropriated balance so that the funding is available for our communities now. In future budget cycles, we continue to request no additional funding be placed in the LAPD's budget, and that the city create a permanent plan to distribute all the city resources equitably, not evenly, to the highest need city council districts, because there are some people who need more assistance than others. I would like to thank you for your attention and support. We urge you to do what is right and invest in the communities most in need. Thank
They
you.
need more of the community officers, like the one yesterday. They got stung by a swarm of bees on camera. Fell over. Dude was like 80.
Please remind us of your name and
What are they doing, LAP?
Yes,
What are
good
these
morning.
people
My name
doing?
is Erica Jimenez, and I'm speaking.
Less
with General
cops is
Public
going to
Comment.
help your communities more.
So
Got
hi, my
it.
name is Erica Jimenez, and I'm a member of Generations for Justice with Inner City Struggle and the Make LA Whole Coalition. I want to thank the mayor for proposing a budget that makes significant investment in our communities. However, I disagree with the additional funding placed in the LAPD budget. I support the committee's recommendation to add funding to the unarmed crisis response team as part of the mayor's dedication to community safety. Just on Monday, there was an LA Times article released that LA County homeless service workers can't afford housing themselves. We need to do a better job at taking care of those who are helping the homelessness and the department of those who are responding to a mental health crisis. Although we haven't seen the results we want from the 988 three-digit mental health crisis hotline, we still need to give it
Fucking
time
Sir West.
instead of having police show up to call for a person in psychological distress. It should be a therapist. Ultimately, I want to thank the Budget and Finance Committee for
So
supporting the
wrong,
city's
Westo.
investment of over $100 million in vital community assistance programs, which include rental assistance, tenant assistance, childcare, community safety, and senior meal programs. I would just ask that in the future budget cycles, the city creates a permanent plan to distribute all city resources equitably and no evenly to the highest need city council districts. Thank you.
That was Don Zimmer, right? Don Zimmer was the one that got thrown down.
We're going to go
wasn't
another
it?
15 minutes here in Chambers with public comment. So please.
And then we got to go to the phones. We haven't gone to the phones.
Arguenta,
15
Gloria
in there, plus we got
Bernard,
phones. Another
Rafi
half hour,
Plata,
ladies and gentlemen.
Irma Cervantes, Jeanette Burks, Jasmine Haley, Jason Enright.
It is a clown show. That's why we watch it.
Imani Harris.
To watch
Kathy
the clownery.
Nixon, Katie Nixon.
So if you'd please remind us of your name, speaker, and what you want to speak on.
My name is Dorothy Thompson. I'm a member of Community Coalition of Los Angeles.
And I support the committee's recommendation to add funding to unarmed crisis response as part of the mayor's
Unarmed cross,
dedication
like the
to
guy who got
community
stung by the
safety.
bees.
Because a lot of times we could avoid
Unarmed
people getting killed
crisis response.
unnecessarily by police officers with.
But none of them talk about the people killed on their own street by their own
also,
folks. Not one of them.
I,
Not ever a mention. Never.
The city council should pass
That's not
the
a
mayor's
problem.
budget
Never.
so we can urgently address our housing crisis proposed inside safe plan. Because I think the mayor's doing a tremendous job at trying to.
Oh, yeah,
get all
she's
the
doing
people off the
tremendous
street
work.
in the
She's done
communities
nothing,
in the
lazy
inside safe
bitch.
program. So thank you
Lazy
for your time.
fuck.
Thank you.
Came in here and talk about they're doing this, that, and the other. Spent $250 million to put people in hotels.
Public comment.
Okay.
My name is Enrique Gaspar, and I'm an organizer in South Los Angeles with Community Coalition and the Make Los Angeles Whole Coalition. I want to thank the mayor for proposing a budget that makes investment in our communities. I also want to thank the Budget of Finance Committee for supporting the city's investment in over $100 million in
Hold on, Zach, I'll
vital
tell you.
community assistance programs, including rental assistance, tenant-assisted childcare, community safety, and senior meal programs. I support the committee's recommendation to add funding to unarmed crisis response as part of the mayor's dedication to community safety. I also would like to voice my support for the mayor's budget and propose it inside safe plan that will bring
That's
and
right,
deliver
yes.
insight in a way that is proven to work. The city council should pass the mayor's budget now. Also, in future budget cycles, we continue to request no additional funding placed in LA Police budget and that the city create permanent plans to distribute all city resources equitable. Thank you.
Okay, because the reason they are that way, sack of weed, is because these people are all the same from all the same group, and these are their voter
please remind us
base.
of the name you
Nine
signed up under
out of
and
10
what you
people who are
wanna speak on?
speaking are their voters.
Hi, my name is
That's
Jason
why
Enright, and I
they
wanted to
thank
talk
them.
about issues
they're
item
puppets.
1 and public comment.
Okay.
Yeah, so just wanted to thank the Budget and Finance Committee for recommending more money for unarmed crisis response. I'm a member of LA Forward and East Valley Indivisibles, and we've been meeting all across the districts to argue for more funding for unarmed crisis response. Where I live
Live on
in North
patrol.
Hollywood in CD2,
That
the
shit ain't
circle
live,
map
Johnny.
is
They got you,
cut
Johnny.
right around our district. We have no circle
Live on
services
patrol's
where I
never
live.
live.
And it's really sad. And I'm a father, and when I'm walking with my son and we see someone having an issue, he always asks how we can help. And I don't know how to help them. I worry if we
You're
call
watching a delayed
911,
chase, Greg
if you
and
call
Johnny.
911 when
They
you see
got
a
both of
fire,
you.
you get a fire truck to show up. If you call 911 when you see someone having a mental health crisis,
Live on patrol.
you get an unarmed police officer who might scare them and make the situation worse. So we need this unarmed crisis response to be citywide and comprehensive. We need to take this money and we need to make sure that every district, every part of the city gets it in an equitable and fair way. Because as long as we have gaps, we're not going to have people using it. So as you take this money that's been appropriated for it, I please hope that you make it citywide and equitable for everyone. Thank you very much, and have a great day.
Lop
Thank you,
Nation.
sir.
That sounds about
Thank
right.
you, Raul Claros,
Bunch of lops who think it's live.
Dr. Abdullah,
I guess they didn't read the fine print.
Ruby Rivera, and
Oh, Mr.
Tracy
Harlan,
Jones.
let's go.
Hi, Mr. Harlan. Which item?
Hi, Mr. Harlan.
Today?
Good morning. I'd like to speak on agenda item number 1, 2, 4, 5, general comment.
Okay. So 2 we've already voted on, and 5 is continued. But I think you said 1 and 4, so we'll
Sorry.
give you 2 minutes for
Can you
those,
talk
and then
about
you
it
can
a
talk about
second?
anything else in general. So please begin.
Thank you. I'd like to mention about the.
Oh, I thought you meant the other live on TV. I didn't thought you didn't mean Bob's live for sure. I thought you meant the other live.
I overheard
Live on
the
pa-
budget meeting,
whatever
and
it
I've
is.
seen the innovation committee and what they
Live
have
PD, I
planned,
thought you meant.
They had some innovation money from some grant, big giant tech grant or some shit. I don't know.
Sorry,
And
misunderstood
they don't know how
you.
to spend it. So, being corrupt politicians that they are, have a scheme. We're going to be innovative with the city agendas or something, or we're going to be innovative and hack computers or sell identities or something. I don't know what they mean by innovation. I'm a little worried about that.
No
We shouldn't
innovation.
be reallocating money like that. Agenda item number 2.
No,
I don't really like the mayor's appointments, especially to planning commissions. Sounds like a bad idea.
Does.
Agenda item number 4. Park and Yaroslavsky, Bologna Creek, TMDL project. No, Bologna Creek's my property. It's been for a long time. So is the El Segundo and the
Where's the car?
around the Air Force Base and the defense companies. That's all mine, really.
That's all
There
yours.
shouldn't be anybody asking for easements or
None.
anything or trying to build anything there.
None.
Your guys' endorsements are there for. I'm not sure what you guys have planned, but that's not to be developed.
No.
Agenda item number 5.
It's not to be developed. No
Benedict
easements.
Canyon, those addresses are no good.
Yeah, I thought they meant live PD,
They're
not
illegal
live
real
on
estate
patrol.
developments. I'm the original owner from 1978
That's what I was
when I
talking
bought
about.
it from the Princess
Dildo
Queen
Dan.
in,
That's what I was talking
She
about,
had it
not
since the
Bob.
1960s or 70s. All those real estate developments up there are illegal. I haven't received any money for that. There's general comment.
Please go to
I haven't
General.
received any money.
On agenda item number 5, Benedict Canyon, it says 2008, somebody laundered $15 million out of there.
2 or 15?
Somebody tried to sell the whole street over there by that retreat that you guys, Paul Koretz, tried to illegally develop.
I see the car up there, maybe.
Somebody just wanted to sell that whole area to themselves for $2,500. I don't know what insane lunatic did that, but they didn't pay me for that.
Lunatic.
I would point out that this housing crisis is really caused by Karen Bass. She really has a big hand in
She sure does.
this housing crisis. For the mayor's budget, she wants to issue tax notes to you guys that she can't certify. The mayor needs to be held hostage by the governor of California and Sacramento, house arrest, until she can certify her tax notes. That's not fair to the city. It's an injustice
That's
what
right.
they're doing.
Tell him, Donald Harlan.
Thank you, Mr. Harlan.
Tell him, Mr. Harlan. Is that the car right in front of him?
Thank-
Can't tell if that's another
Thanks, Mr.
undercover.
Harlan.
See, look, there's so many, they're all cops in front of him. So he's like 3
Hi,
back.
Speaker. So if you'd please remind us of the name you signed up under. and
Yeah,
what
we're
you
watching a
speak
live
on.
chase.
Yep. Godfrey Plata.
In, St. Paul, Minnesota.
Item 1 and public comment.
Okay, please begin, sir.
Yep. Hello, everybody. Godfrey Plata, he and his deputy director at LA Forward. I'm here to echo a lot of the calls for unarmed crisis response that you all have heard today from folks supporting the people's budget, Black Lives Matter. And at LA Forward, we know we've sent 160 emails to your different council offices as well, and you've heard from some of our speakers.
I don't know. I
including
can't see
Jason,
the
who was
car.
just
I
up
don't-
here
if
a moment
a
ago.
truck, an
we want
SUV, I
to
don't know.
highlight what we are
Can't tell.
hoping for from the increases in unarmed crisis response
Hard
that
to
it
tell.
does seem like the budget committee is going to put into the budget. First of all, we need these services accessible citywide. At LA Forward, we've had 25 community meetings across the city, and it is clear there's so many folks who don't have access to any sort of unarmed crisis response services where they live, in particular San Fernando Valley, Central
Trying to look
LA,
around
and
the
the
car.
West Side.
Come
We
on.
noticed that there are currently 5 therapeutic vans out there in Los Angeles County to
Right.
serve
We
the
needed the dust.
entire LA City to serve LA City, and we're looking at a $1 million increase for therapeutic vans. That is not going to be enough to cover the entire city and the geography of Los Angeles. It's a drop in the bucket to get $0.3 million for street medicine.
That's
Drop
cool.
in
That's
the
where the
bucket
Golden
compared to
Gophers play.
$87 million for the police department.
cool.
And so if we are looking to seriously
Golden
increase
Gophers,
unarmed
eh?
crisis response, we need to both ensure that they are available
So
citywide.
the black SUV?
And then we
No.
need to evaluate these services
No,
as
I
well.
see.
We know they are getting different
hard
reviews
to
depending
tell.
on who's experiencing them, and we want to make sure that these evaluations are baked into any appropriation of these funds. Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on, where's Mr. Spindler?
Hi, if you'd please remind us of the name you signed up
Where's
under
Mr.
and what you want to
Spindler?
speak on.
I want Mr.
Hi,
Spindler.
my name is Gloria Ginyard. I am a retiree member and executive board member with Local 99, and we make LA a whole coalition. I want to thank the mayor for the proposal, the budget that makes significant
They're way down there.
investment.
They're a block
in our
ahead of him.
community.
Block and a half. It's hard to.
I also want to thank the
Hard to
Budget
see.
and the Finance Committee to support the city investment of over 100 million in investing and assisting the program which is essential in our area, which is rental assistance, tenant assistance, child care, community safety, and senior meal programs. I ask that the counselor do not move any proposal for funding rapid response for senior meals into unappropriate balance to ensure there are not any program that's disrupted for the seniors that cannot afford a
That car
pause
bailout.
in
There you
their
go.
meals.
That was the
That
Jeep
is
right there.
very important
Noticed it was
to
sitting there
us.
with the door open.
I also ask
Foot bail.
to
Think we got a foot bail.
support the
Maybe,
mayor
maybe
budget
not. Let's see.
and proposal in safe planning, and will bring
gonna set up a perimeter?
inside a way that will prove that it will
Yeah, suspects
work.
running. Yeah, they left
That
the door
city
open. They just
council
bailed out. It was that
should
Jeep.
pass the mayor budget so we can.
It wouldn't be parked on
utterly
the other side. He ain't
address
Austin
our
Powers.
Housing crisis in the budget cycle, and continue to request no additional placing for LAPD budget, and that the city create a permanent plan to disperse city resource equally and evenly to the highest need to the city councilman district. Thank you very much for your time and your listening ear.
Thank you.
I already got folks coming out of their houses and shit. What the hell's going on here?
Hello, I'd like to speak on item 1 in general comment.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Kamani Harris, and I'm an organizer and a member of Coco and also the Make LA Whole Coalition.
Everybody on Coco.
I want to thank the mayor for
Coco.
proposing a
Okay,
budget
it's a hell
that
of a
makes
drug.
significant investments in our community, and also the Budget and Finance Committee who's supporting the city's investment of over 100 million into community programs. I ask that the council not move any of the proposed funding for the rapid response senior meals in the unappropriated balance to ensure there are no program disruptions, and that also, because our seniors cannot afford a pause, I'm one of 3 siblings who is providing care support for 87-year-old mother, and if we don't make food for her, if we don't buy her food, she will literally not eat. Luckily she has us, but it's a lot of seniors who don't have families, so if we don't make sure this funding actually supports the seniors, and many seniors will starve. And with that being said, in future budget cycles, we want to continue to request that no additional funding is actually directed towards LAPD, who is known to terrorize our communities, abuse people, and even
Jim
murder
Eaton,
our
thank you,
folks.
Jim.
So thank you for your attention and support, and we urge you to do what's
Thanks,
right.
Jim.
and
Appreciate
listen
the
to
words,
community.
too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Man, where's Mr. Spindler? He's still sitting there. Better put him in line. Come on.
Hi, if you'd please remind us of the name you signed up under and what you want to speak on.
Okay, I'm Jasmine Haley.
Okay.
Public comment.
Sure. Go ahead.
I'm Jasmine Haley. I'm a member of the Make LA Whole Coalition. I want to thank the mayor for proposing a budget that makes significant investments in our communities. I also want to thank the Budget and Finance Committee for supporting the city's investments of over 100 million. I'm going to repeat that. 100 million in vital communities. Rental assistance, tenant assistance, child care, community safety, and senior meal programs. Yes. I want to thank you for your attention, and I urge you to do what's right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on, where's Mr. Spindler? Look at him up there with doing the whole little.
Good morning, Council President, Council members.
Look at him, he's
my
right
name is
behind the
Raul
speaker.
Glados. I'm co-founder of Reimagine LA Foundation.
Just like Mr. Herman.
We recently founded a working group that came out of a think tank session
Yeah,
called the
he's sleeping a little
Affordable
bit right
Housing
now,
and
as you can
Homeless
see.
Solutions Working Group. We met last month in order to really create a model and a group that could work with the city in this new LA vision. And that's why we're here today. We're made up of different investors, private developers, nonprofit directors that want to support 100% affordable housing projects. We want to do so by cutting through the red tape. And that's what excited us the most about Mayor Bass's vision for a new LA. And so as the current vice chair of the Affordable Housing Commission for the city of LA that's gonna get ready to meet in about 15 minutes, I echo with what of my colleagues Arturo Gonzalez shared about the need for different city departments to come together. I'm currently now, and if I can get my public comment.
Yes, please
Thank you.
continue. We're just going to let, for you and everybody else,
Thank
if
you.
it's seamless, we'll just keep going.
I can tell you now, serving in my second term on the Affordable Housing Commission, that most of my time I've spent just kind of trying to help, whether it's been nonprofit directors or different developers that want to bring 100% affordable
coming
housing
up
to
next,
the city,
guys.
just navigate
Under
through
or
the
over
process
30 ums.
that we all kind of start wondering out loud, what is affordable housing? And so with this new budget that we hope you will support, it meets the moment and the urgency and the leadership that Mayor Bass has put forward. But that cannot happen
Matt?
until we bring all of the city departments that have a role
Over, under,
in cutting through that
over,
red tape together. LADWP just started that
over,
last
under,
week with the
under.
webinar, very impressive.
Under, over.
How to cut through their red tape in order to get to affordable housing, 100% affordable housing, faster, cheaper, and cleaner. I urge the city council to please help the mayor in that process as well. Thank you.
That's how it works, Zach. Again, you oppose them, but you tell them they're
Hi,
honorable
sir.
and,
Please,
and
remind
suck
us
their
of the name
dick
you signed up
verbally,
under,
like
what
you
you wanted to
said.
speak about.
You get a full 3
My
minutes.
name is Germain Sanchez. It's a public comment, but I need
Okay.
a interpreter, please.
Sure.
Estoy aquí. Mi nombre es Germain Sánchez. Estoy aquí porque estoy poniendo mi vida en peligro ya la segunda vez. Esta es mi segunda vez.
My name is Germani Sanchez. I'm here because my life is in danger. This is the second time now.
Esta es la segunda vez que estoy en huelga de hambre para proteger los derechos de mi niña.
I'm in a hunger strike protecting my daughter's rights.
Mi hija es una sobreviviente de los trabajadores sociales, es una víctima de las malas decisiones de los trabajadores sociales.
My daughter is a survivor, a victim of the bad decisions that social workers have done.
Ahora yo vine aquí hace algunas semanas a pedir ayuda para una familia con un niño menor de 8 años que se quedó sin comer el día de Pascuas.
I've come here to ask for help before for a family that has this 8-year-old son that didn't have anything to eat during the Easter period.
Estuve aquí en el City Hall y lo que resultó en esa ayuda, agarrar ayuda para esa familia fue en persecución contra mi hija, hostigamiento en un shelter que estamos nosotros.
I was here in City Hall and requested help, and what resulted was persecution, harassment against me and my daughter. We're in a shelter now.
Yo estoy en un shelter a consecuencias de los trabajadores sociales porque no me encuentran. Yo caí en coma por el estrés que pasé luchando por los derechos de mi hija.
I'm in this shelter because of the social workers. I was in a coma due to the stress that I went through because of the treatment and the harassment to my daughter.
Yo soy una persona enferma, estoy tomando medicamentos, pero estoy dispuesto a dar mi vida por mi hija.
I'm a sick person. I take medication, but I'm willing to give my whole life for my daughter.
Y yo no creo que tendría que hacer esto para respetar los derechos de todos los niños y sobre todo de todos los niños que han muerto en manos de los trabajadores sociales.
I don't think I need to do this because there's so many kids, especially the kids that have died at the hands of social workers.
No sé si saben la comunidad, los trabajadores sociales acaban de retirar más del 50% que retiraron de los niños fue ilegalmente.
I don't know if the community knows, but more than 50% of the social workers that they withdrew for these kids are done. These things are done illegally.
Yeah. Con el thank you no se arreglan mis problemas. Yo quiero solución y buena vida para mis hijos. Quiero los derechos que ellos se merecen.
I just want a solution, rights that they deserve, my kids.
No necesito poner mi vida en peligro. I don't need to have to put my life in danger for take my rights and my daughter's rights. It's too many times the county accused my daughter. That's it. It's enough. Enough is enough. You want my life? It's here. No, my daughter's life. It's my life here. I died here in front of the city hall if you want. I need the help right now. I don't want
Muero
to
aquí,
say thank you.
concilio si
I don't
quiere.
want nothing like
Necesito
that.
ayuda.
I want the help.
No quiero
I
nada
want to
igual.
respect my daughter's
Quiero
rights and my
ayuda.
rights too. I have the
respeten
right
los derechos
to
de
have a
mi
home.
hija.
I have more than 1 year in a shelter. That's not agree because I'm not agree because I have a work. My wife.
They cut his mic. I didn't turn him down,
Organization
Chris.
put me to help me.
Trust me, you'll see it.
That's not okay.
See?
I don't know what you think. I don't know you.
Now they want to hear him
I
again.
am
you.
super. My daughter is super too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sanchez. Can we have a deputy follow up with Mr. Sanchez, please?
Let me say a quick happy birthday to DS.
Happy birthday!
Hello.
birthday!
If you please remind us of your
Happy
name, what
birthday,
you wanna speak on.
DS.
Happy birthday, you thing from another world.
Happy
you.
birthday,
Good morning
DS.
to all.
Mi nombre es Irma Cervantes.
My name is
Don't
Irma
eat too much
Cervantes.
cake, and I hope you get something you really want for your
I want to
birthday.
give a general public comment and speak on the proposal, on the budget
Thank you,
proposal.
DS. That's a
Soy
huge
miembro
donation.
de
Thank
Inner City
you.
Struggle y de la coalición Make LA Whole.
Yeah, I'm a member of Inner City Struggle and Make a
Quiero
Whole.
agradecer a la alcaldesa por proponer
No, Phil,
un
you didn't.
presupuesto que hace inversiones significativas en nuestra comunidad.
And I would like to thank the mayor for making these significant investments in our community.
También quiero agradecer al Comité de Presupuesto y Finanzas
And I'm grateful for the Budget and Finance Proposal Committee
por apoyar la inversión de la ciudad de más de 100 millones en programas, de más de 100 millones de dólares en programas vitales de asistencia comunitaria,
for investing over $100 million in the community for vital assistance,
que incluyen asistencia para el alquiler, asistencia para inquilinos, cuidado de niños, seguridad comunitaria y programas de comidas
In-
para personas mayores.
including rent assistance, tenant assistance, help for children, community safety, and food for senior citizens.
Pido que el Consejo no transfiera ninguno de los fondos GRID propuestos al saldo no asignado, para que los fondos estén disponibles para nuestras comunidades ahora.
I would like the council not to move any of these funds to a non-designated fund account so that we can have access to these funds now.
También me gustaría expresar mi apoyo al presupuesto de la alcaldesa y al plan Inside Safe propuesto que le proveerá a los angelinos una vivienda de una manera que se ha comprobado que funciona.
I'd also like to express my support for the mayor's program Inside Safe that has provided homes for people in a manner that has shown to be effective.
El Consejo Municipal debería aprobar el presupuesto de la alcaldesa para que podamos abordar con urgencia nuestras crisis de vivienda.
And the city council should quickly approve the mayor's budget so that we can face our homelessness crisis.
Les pido, ustedes que tienen el poder de hacerlo, por favor,
I ask you please, because you have the power to
hagan
do
lo que
so,
tienen que hacer.
do what's
Se los
correct.
pido, se los suplico.
what you have to do. Thank you.
Por
I
toda la
thank you.
comunidad.
Gracias, señor.
And again, happy birthday, DS. Have a great day, and you are outstanding. Under or over 30. Here we go.
Hi, Mr. Grabner. Which items had you signed
I
up for?
think it's one in general public comment.
Oh, we got a
please
quick
go ahead.
All right, so for item one, the budget. I don't know if any of you are actually paying attention. It doesn't appear like it. But in case any of you were paying attention, you would know that basically nobody wants you to give more money to the police. You do not have the support to give more money to the cops. And getting bribes from the LAPPL is not support. If you look at the results of the People's Budget Survey, people want you to divest from the police. People want you to invest it in community services, things that actually keep people safe, because the cops do not keep us safe. And you all should know that. The data shows that, but you don't care because all you care about is your donations from the LAPPL. So vote against this budget unless there's, a significant, I mean, at this point, you need to defund the police. There shouldn't be any money going to the police at all. And there especially should not be more money going to the police. Invest the money in things that actually keep people safe, services, things like that. I don't see him in the chamber, but he remains up on the board. Kevin De Leon needs to resign. There's no excuse for why he's still on the council. And the reason he's still on the council is because none of you are willing to do much of anything to actually encourage him to resign. All you did, he just said, "Oh, I'm not resigning," and you all just said, "Okay, I guess we don't have to." We dodged that one. And we know part of the real reason you don't want to do anything about it is because most of you are just like him. Your recordings just haven't been leaked yet. So Kevin Dillian needs to get out, defund the police. Yeah.
All right, 14 ums. 14. Oh, another under.
Hi, Speaker. Please remind us of your
Another
name and what you want to speak.
There's the it was a Bronco,
Ruby
guys.
Rivera,
It was a
and
Bronco.
I'll be speaking on
not a
item
Jeep.
1 and general
It was a
public
Bronco.
comment.
Fantastic. Please begin.
Brand new
Good morning.
Bronco.
My name is Ruby Rivera, and I am here on behalf of our members at Inner City Struggle. I am also a member of the Make LA Whole Coalition. I want to thank the mayor for proposing a budget that makes significant investments in our communities. Also, the Budget and Finance Committee for listening to our community's voices and supporting the city's investment of over $100 million in vital community assistance programs that include rental assistance, tenant assistance, childcare, community safety, and senior meals programs. We ask that the council support this budget, maintain and grow the funding levels recommended, and approve the investments that our communities deeply need. We also commend the mayor's Inside Safe proposal as it represents the city's commitment to solve our homelessness crisis. This will bring Angelinos inside in a way that has proven to work.
Ooh, Mr. Spindler's getting
The city
up.
council should
Please
pass the
walk
mayor's
over
budget
there.
so we can urgently address our
Mr.
housing
Herman
crisis.
and Mr. Spindler are sitting together.
And now general public comment.
We should hear
I
some
support
goat
the
noises.
committee's recommendation to add funding to unarmed crisis response as part of the mayor's dedication to community safety, but I want to uplift the need to reimagine public safety. We ask that in this and future budget cycles, no more funding be allocated to LAPD. Instead, we ask City Council to increase dollars in proactive public safety measures, like more safety interventionists on our streets, alternative crisis response programs. And I want to uplift the need for the city to create a permanent plan to distribute all
Got the
city
canine
resources
out for 'em.
equitably,
They didn't find him, guys.
not evenly, so that the highest need city council districts
do a
are able
search.
to receive the resources they need. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We're going to have
So what does
Ms.
unarmed
Stevenson,
crisis
followed
response
by
do?
Dr. Abdullah is the last
They just
speaker.
They just
in
walk.
the chamber
Oh
this
man,
morning.
no Spindler. Come on. So then we're gonna say,
If you please remind
guys, you
us
better
of your
stop
name and
doing
what you want to
that.
speak
You
on.
better
Yes,
pull
I'm
up. You better
Latia
stop.
Stevenson. I'd like to speak on items 1 and 3, all available items, as well as general public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for items 1, 3, and 4, followed by a minute for general. Please begin.
Okay, come stand.
Come here. Come on. You're my little pawns. Come on. Stand here so I can
So
show
yes,
you.
I'm a publicist and community activist. I do
speak.
digital media marketing, event planning, and grant writing. And I have some amazingly beautiful, brilliant, talented children. We are not I'm not a drug addicted mother or anything like that, nor does anybody deserve to be treated in a less than savory way. But I was placed in the Inside Safe initiative with Mayor Karen Bass's program, and they put us in a completely deplorable hotel that I've come to multiple council meetings almost weekly, and I'm on a week away from giving birth to my 3rd set of multiples. And right now I'm in a place where they have housed me and all of my children in a room that has 1 bed. There's feces on the walls, there's boogers on the walls, there's black mold, and I have a son that has a chronic medical condition that exacerbates his condition even further, being in a situation where he's having to smell black mold as well as roaches, bed bugs in 1 bed. There's also exposed sockets, and there is exposed nails coming out of the walls and things of that nature that makes it ironic that this place is called Inside Safe, but we're not
Look at you
inside.
guys in
We
the
have to
chat
sleep
room.
outside because it's not safe inside for us to be in there. There's also prostitution at this hotel. So it's not a place that should have ever been, first of all, passed by any code, what's it called?
Building
sorry.
code? They be tooting
health
up there.
department code. It shouldn't have been passed, and it should never be a family being housed in a situation like that. I would ask for the $600 million budget be allocated
Right, Jet?
improperly, and for us to be housed immediately today in Vivo Flex Torrance that has 3 beds, that's clean, in the temporary situation that we're in until they can permanently house my
Fucking
family.
lobster.
because that hotel that we're in is completely disgusting, and it makes it very, very bad for us to have to sleep in a situation like that.
So
I
think the staff.
My
will
God.
probably
Yeah, she
come
needs
talk
to
you. Do you
stop
wanna
having
speak about
children.
items
Really, she needs
3
to,
or
because
4 by
apparently
item?
whoever
So-
she's having children with are not
The
staying with
staff
her to help the
nothing has been
kids.
done, and it's almost 2 months that we're still in the same place, and they're still funding this place. That is
So-
$125 a night, and Vivo Flex Torrents is $70 when you pay for it a week in advance.
Okay, thank you.
But also, we have all signed up to speak. My daughter will go next.
Oh, they're
Okay.
speaking up. They've all signed up to speak, but they only got one speaker. There's only supposed to be one more speaker, but the daughter is now speaking. Everybody's speaking. Yes, there's boogers on the wall.
Smoke.
Hi. So
I feel bad for the
Debbie
kids.
Allen's Dance Academy, and well, the hotel is not really suitable. It only has one bed, and it's not good. And like, so we have to stay outside. And two, it's like in a better place. And
Poor little girl.
we only go in to like wash up and stuff. We don't really go in there, and when we do, it's only like 1 or 2 people.
It's a sad deal, man.
Thank
These
you.
kids
Thank you very
they
much.
don't choose to be born. Okay? She's choosing to pump these kids out.
Oh, and
And evidently the father ain't helping. Or fathers ain't helping. And that's not fair. It's not fair to the public. It's not fair to the kids. And she over here crying foul. This one right here, crying foul. She's the foul one. You foul. You already had multiples that you couldn't take care of, and now you have more multiples.
thank you.
You need to stop
Thank you.
having kids. You
All
need
right,
to have your tubes
Councilwoman
tied.
Rahman's office is going to.
They need to say, hey, we'll help you out, but you need your tubes tied first off.
All right.
Okay, no more.
Thank you.
We don't need another set of multiples.
Councilwoman Rahman's office is going to be following up with you directly.
Yeah, they said that the last
So,
3 times.
Ms.
Haven't they,
Tripe-
guys?
no, no.
Haven't they, guys?
So I believe Ms.
We'll
Rahman's
have somebody
office
come
is gonna
talk
be
to you.
speaking to you.
Haven't they said that the last 3 times she came? Yet she's still coming.
All right, please.
Yet she's still coming.
Hello?
So we can tell that's a lie.
So-
Now she's getting all the other
Hi,
kids.
my name is Zoe Stevenson. I'm 10 years old, and I just wanted to say a couple things. So I was like, the hotel is not a really good place for my asthma, and every time I go in there, I like get real sleepy and stuff. And there's roaches. We seen roaches crawling all over the place. You never live with roaches. And when I was sleeping, we sleep in the car. Everybody had went to sleep. I was looking videos how to do locks, and some lady was running around the place with no clothes on, but naked, and getting in a car with the guy, and with her clothes in her hand. And when she came back, she still had no clothes on with her clothes in her hand. I thought the guy was escorting her out the building, but he wasn't.
But he did it, meaning the person whose hotel it is allows for this, and there's
Thank you.
What are they going to do? Get the LAPD
Okay.
and bring the whole family out?
We're going to make sure you.
We're going to escort you out now.
We'll make sure you get the help
You
today.
and your kids.
And I apologize it's taking so long.
Yeah, sure you do apologize. I'm fucking sure of it. You was busy fixing that Rolex, adjusting it, while you was busy apologizing for how long it's taking
Dr. Abdullah?
for you to get off your ass and do something for the lady. You ain't. That's your voter, dog. She got you there. Can't even do nothing for her. You sorry sack of dog shit, you. Just laziness. It's a stack
Hi,
of lazy in
Please
here.
remind us of your name
Stack
and what
of
you want to
lazy.
speak on.
I'm Melina Abdullah from Black Lives Matter, and I want to speak on
Oh,
all
another
items
grifter.
and say how beautiful it
Okay,
is.
so
that
that
our
would be 3 minutes for items 1, 3, and 4, followed by a minute for general. Please.
Weren't we done? Wasn't there only one
Beautiful
more
that
left
our
in the
babies
chamber?
Are speaking up and speaking out. This is the essence of civic engagement. I think they all deserve a huge round of applause, as well as action.
Yeah. So why don't you help them out with all the millions you
Yesterday should
got?
have been the 32nd birthday of
Won't
Keenan
do that.
Anderson, but instead he was tased to death by LAPD on the corner of Lincoln and Venice. Many of you were there.
How many Keenans
and,
were killed in your neighborhood that you didn't
acted
give a
as if
fuck
you were
about because it was
concerned.
killed by
So
another
we want
person
you
that
to
looked like
put
him?
your actions
How
where
many?
your mouth is. We want you to put your actions where your mouth is. I pray that Keenan's spirit speaks through me. I also want to uplift Sky Young, whose cousin just spoke. Corey Alegria is Sky Young's cousin, so we also summon him into this space.
I want you all to know that LAPD so far this year has killed at least 8 people. They've killed at least 8 people. And so when we talk about the budget today, we're not talking just in theory. This is not just a budget.
He was high on drugs.
conversation,
That
a
she doesn't
numbers
want to say he was high on drugs.
We know that a budget is a
there's
moral
that.
and ethical document. So where are your morals and ethics? We know that we're grateful that Karen Bass spent 3 hours with the People's Budget Coalition listening to our presentation on April 26th. We know that the Budget and Finance Committee invited us to come and offer an abbreviated version. We've requested that full city council hear the full people's budget presentation, but we got absolutely no response, and we think that that's shameful. So I'm going to give you the Cliff Note version. 94% of Angelenos want to invest more significantly in mental health care. If we did that,
Speaking for
maybe
me now.
Takar Smith would still be alive. 91% of Angelenos want to invest more significantly in housing. If we did that, maybe Brother Africa would still be alive. You know the only area that Angelenos want to cut from? They want to cut from LAPD. 74% of Angelenos want to cut from LAPD, followed by law enforcement, the city attorney's office, and traffic enforcement. So they want to cut policing. Those are the only areas that they want to cut. We want to be very clear that nobody in this room has said that they want to spend more on police, and every voice we've heard has said no new funding for police. So we're calling on you to listen to the voice of the people that's in the data, but also listen to the voice of the people that are in this room saying no new cop money, no
Thank
new.
you. I ask you this: why doesn't BLM put that woman that has the multiples on multiples in one of your fucking $6 million mansions?
We just want to end.
She's black. Why don't you help her out?
By saying
You're
that
BLM.
Leon
She's
needs to
black.
go.
She needs help.
We ain't forgot.
6,500 square foot
And
place.
we
You got
say
enough
that
room for her and
this will
her,
be
her
done
27
in the name
kids.
of Keenan Anderson.
Trust.
Say his name.
Why don't you do that, BLM?
Say his name. Say his name.
I won't say his name because you don't give a shit about him. You don't give a shit about him. You using him as a fucking pawn, like you done to George Floyd, like you done to Eric Garner, like you done to Trayvon Martin. I ain't got to read off my phone. I remember these fucking names. Okay? I remember it when it happened. There's Mr. Spindler. He's trying to talk. He wants to talk. They won't let him talk. Oh, they're going to let him up. Mr. Spindler's coming up. Let's get it.
Okay. Sure, please go ahead.
Wait.
Okay, this racist, incompetent, and corrupt city government is going to try to cram their, again, LAPD rope a dog down the public's throat again. We mustn't forget, the public does not want the LAPD Hyundai car company killer robot dog
Robot.
of oppression when you tried it a month ago.
No more
and
robots.
We, the people, don't want the LAPD and Hyundai car company killer robot dog now.
Robot.
Yes, Hyundai is responsible for this attempted oppression of minority communities. Yes, boycott Hyundai, the car company, which
You notice how they don't oppress the white people, only people of color.
The LAPD killer robot dog oppression machine. Join us, public, in our boycott of Hyundai. Boycott Hyundai. Call Hyundai Car Company and tell them you are boycotting their calls for their attempted oppression of our minority communities via LAPD. The black community has, again, zero representation. The black Sambo sellout coon Negroes of the racist city council.
Thank you.
Next caller. What items would you like to speak on?
As soon as she said that, they was out.
Please be quiet as you depart.
Speak with the last 4 digits, 8639. Please press
Oh,
star six
she
to
went
mute
in on
yourself.
him real quick. Lit him up.
Hi there.
Hi.
My name is Matt Waite.
What's up, Matt?
I'm a volunteer. Excuse me. I'd like to speak on item 1 in general public comment, please.
I don't know, aisle like 7, 5.
Hi there. My name is Matt Waite. I'm a volunteer with Northeast Neighborhood Outreach, although I do not speak for the organization. I'm calling to urge the City Council in the budget to prioritize the alternative crisis response budget memo. This is a very, very important investment for our city. It will save lives, and so will the mobile mental health vans that are being proposed. I urge the City Council to fund these programs to equitably distribute the resources to all council districts to make sure that this program is a success and to save as many lives as possible. Thank you.
That would never happen because I'm not a Democrat, nor am I a Republican,
Next
but I'm not a
speaker.
Democrat.
What items would you like
if
to
you're not
speak
a
on?
Democrat, you ain't getting in. You're not getting into this council. It's all one way. I keep telling you. That's why they're so screwed.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items, followed by a minute for general. Please begin.
Good morning. My name is Byron. I'm
Hello, Byron.
a resident of the city of Los Angeles for the last 25 years, and as an immigrant and queer person growing up in the city. The budget, again, the budget should reflect services, care, and needs for our communities, like housing, legal services, support, food, and not going to the cops, to the police time and time again. We want to make sure that the needs of transgender, expansive, and intersex communities are included, as well as immigrants, our houseless neighbors, and the people that the city continues to criminalize, and this body continues to fund the criminalization of time and time again.
I live in LA County,
itself,
Frank.
Bob Lumenfield, the chair, made it a long meeting.
Not in the city
where
of
only
Los
public
Angeles.
comment was
County
allowed
of.
virtually for an hour, right? And then the community was not allowed in the first time because Kevin mobilized his people. Yes, racist Kevin mobilized all his people to be there. And again, at the last one, there was supposed to be interpretation, but there wasn't. It was not accessible to the members of the public. And even now, right, you continue to cut and monitor what people need to do. And if you want to balance the budget,
So,
you can start by cutting down
Speaker,
unnecessary
it
staff
sounds
like
like-
Fable and the cops. Agenda item number 3, before I get cut off by Fable. Neighborhood councils, again, we want to make sure that these bodies don't just exist, right, to continue the failed ways that Nuri was running this body, that we continue to see under the leadership of this body. But we actually are looking at through reform and governance and in the way that this body carries its work. So we'll see each other, Paul, on the next Monday at the next ad hoc committee meeting. Agenda item number 4. Thank you, Councilmember Yadlowski, trying to bring some sort of ethics into this body or accountability, right? As we saw yesterday, folks like Officer Tracy will continue to not align in those things. So thank you, whether it's Plum or Caltrans or other ways that we do that, how can we better do that work? General public comment. Again, Kevin De Leon used to sit in this little room that you created for him, hidden away from the public because he refuses to show his face.
What did that cost?
He's willing to leave seniors in Little Tokyo without food because he refused to show his face. Yet in this floor, in this body, under the leadership of Paul Krikorian and the current sitting person running this meeting, you allow him to speak publicly. This is the only space where he feels he can do that. And again, you continue to fund the cops, the armed officers that are in this body, right? Like this body continues to perpetrate racist, homophobic, transphobic, and actions on its community members when we seek to be there. So how do you continue to balance that budget by ensuring that the needs of transgender, expansive, immigrant communities and all the communities you continue to criminalize like the houseless neighbors? Kevin needs to resign now.
So don't give the money to them. Give the money to us. Got it.
And no more cop money.
Got it. Doesn't anybody work anymore?
Next speaker.
Everybody got their fucking hands out.
Next speaker.
Anybody
What
work
items would you like to
anymore?
speak on?
Hi, I'm Susan Collins.
Diamond,
and
he's
I'd like
feeling
to speak
okay.
on all
Now he's
available
sleeping.
items in general public
As you
comment.
can see.
Okay, so that's 3 minutes for items 1, 3, and 4.
Been asleep
followed
like the
by a
whole
minute for
show.
General, please begin.
Almost the whole show.
Thank you so much. Good morning, council members. Regarding the 2023-2024 proposed budget, most of the departments requested reasonable budget adjustments. However, I am totally shocked on the unreasonable request by the Bureau of Street Lighting. For the past 2 years, under this current manager, most of the city of Los Angeles has suffered from extensive and prolonged
Oh,
street
that was
lighting
Mr.
outages,
Spiller. He
increased
changed the camera
wire
real
theft,
quick.
and
You
alarmingly
see that?
long delays for service responses. Many streetlights have been out for over a year with no end in sight. This is a safety hazard which places our residents and businesses at increased risk for crime.
That's why they won't change. They won't change the angle.
Are justifiably anxious over the increased crime. Providing street lighting and making repairs in a timely manner should be a given, and yet as of now, a request to have our street lighting repaired feels like another fight to trudge. I request that you initiate an investigation of the Bureau of Street Lighting Accounting to access how these funds, to assess how these funds are being misused, since it certainly seems that our tax revenue is not being used to maintain or update our street lighting system. I respectfully request that you oppose the Bureau of Street Lighting budget request until a thorough audit of the Bureau of Street Lighting has been completed. In addition, I believe that this audit, as well as most others, should be conducted by a senior member of our controller staff, such as Rick Cole, which will allow Mr. Mejia more time to do what he does best, which is creating TikTok videos and ordering matching outfits for his staff. It's also important to note that while the members of the public who are in attendance in chambers state they are the voice of the majority of the public, they are not. They have been allowed to aggressively take over these meetings that should be available to the public, but they are no longer available to the public. I encourage all of you to imagine the hostility that someone with an opposing view would be forced to endure if they were to attend a city council meeting in person. These activists are being allowed to silence the voices of anyone who has a difference of opinion through intimidation, while our city leaders continue to allow it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next caller, please.
Next caller. What items would you like to speak
Where's
on?
Mr. Sachs? Get on the phone, Mr. Sachs.
Thank you. It's Eric Previn from Studio City.
Eric Previn.
And that was an interesting caller. Interesting callers today.
Thank you, Mr. Previn. Which items would you like to speak on?
He's already talking over him.
I'd like to speak on the available items and a general public comment.
So you have 3 minutes for items 1, 3, and 4, followed by a minute for general. Please begin.
He loves
So what about item 5, the controversy?
It was continued
of
to
Benedict
August 16th, I believe, Mr. Previn.
So what would be the best item to attach my comments about ethics in City Hall to, in your opinion?
That would sounds like general. So let's stick to items 1, 3, and 4 to begin with, and then you can talk about that in general. Please begin.
Okay, we'll talk about 1, 3, and 4 first. I would say that the city's meetings on the budget today is very exciting. We get to speak on item number 1.
Super exciting.
Which is the city's greatest expenditure story. And during the period when we'll be able to talk about it today, we will celebrate the fact that tomorrow we will also be able to give 1 minute on the general budget. This is a new occurrence subsequent to a very hard-fought battle against the city attorneys and the powers that be, Krikorian and Blumenfield, who are desperately seeking to squelch public input in such a way that only choreographed rollouts like today and all the days when they understand what's happening and can cherry pick. It's only a miracle that I swam upstream today and got through, because whenever you want, you can say, nope, we're not going to take your comments, sir. So yesterday, for example, when there was a great controversy about putting a giant hotel in a protected area in a neighborhood, very similar to the merits of the Harvard Westlake project, for which the council president took 27 donations from the trustees. And so the ethics that came up with Yaroslavsky about how is Stacey Brenner taking 175 grand while being married to Sean Bayless, everyone went, what? Is that even possible? Yes. And then the mealy defense that's trickled out in the LA Times. We do know what's going on with those things. And it is Monica Rodriguez who stood up and said, look, I'm not going to agree.
So, Mr. Previn, why don't we bring it back to today's agenda?
Yeah, don't be talking about all that real shit, Mr. Previn.
Is that the great council president himself interrupting while I'm slamming?
Yes, it is. Bring it back to today's agenda or go to general public comment.
Well, I think it's fair to say that I'll go to general public comment. So
Okay, we'll set the clock for a minute.
Is that the great Oz?
Which is that all the David Rue rules and all the little efforts to curtail developers from running the show won't work. The only thing that will work was what Katie Yaroslavsky did yesterday and what the others who stood by her did. And here's the thing, Mr. Krikorian, Mr. Pueblo, You'll see what happens. You'll see what happens. Okay, they will kill that project. That project is a bad project, and the ethics will change when the elected officials refuse to be bought. A lot of lobbying down there yesterday, huh, Mr. Harris Dawson? A lot of lobbying down there. A lot of lobbying down there. Yep, every single day. Hey, Mr. McCosker's got a lobbyist in the family. We're going to do a big report so everybody's clear about the family dynamic.
I can't cook,
Weston,
Mr. Pibb.
Nabe. It's a love fest. It's a family festival at City Hall. That's why we call it the City Family. But what we don't do is steamroll the public input at special meetings anymore, because we took care of that. And tomorrow the public will get a chance to speak on the budget. It's not right. What you did, Blumenfield, was terrible.
Thank you very much, Mr. Previn. Next speaker, please.
Next speaker. What items would you like to speak on?
Dang. Thank you, Mr. Previn. Get the fuck out of here.
Good morning.
Call me the Great
My name
Oz.
is Lionel Morris. I'd like to comment on item 1, 3, and general public comment.
His
Mr.
passive
Pablo.
aggressiveness
Very good, Mr.
didn't go
Morris.
over well.
You have, I think it was 2 minutes for those items and a minute for general. Please begin.
Thank you. I'd like to echo the comment of LA Forward regarding unarmed responses. I believe that's very important that the city invest more funding for unarmed responses.
It is, Mud Hut.
Because we are experiencing a mental health crisis across our city, and it's very important for us, the city as a whole, to invest and fund unarmed responses. Number 2, regarding this item 1, we need to invest more in community and economic development in District 6 and other underserved communities, because we are lacking services and other pedestrian and bicycle infrastructure. But please consider those things, and social economic development and services. For item 3, as a board member with the neighborhood council, I think it's very important for the people to participate in their local neighborhood councils, and that the city should do more to help.
Oh, there's the racist walking in.
Neighborhood council
all late.
Because neighborhood empowerment.
Oh, just put his water down.
Has not done enough, and I had the opportunity to meet Vanessa Serrano at Bank this past Monday, and I expressed my concerns to her personally, and I'm very grateful that she was able to listen to me and the Bank commissioners. So please try to work with us, the neighborhood council.
Bart, I'm
General
not.
public comment.
Tomorrow.
I would like, for Marissa Alcaraz to
I'm sorry,
respond
Friday,
to our
Friday,
emails. She has not yet responded. If she wants to be our council member, she needs to be responsive as a candidate. I yield the balance of my time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Morris.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Next
Yeah, you're
caller,
asking me all
please.
these food stuff. Pib, I don't know anything about
Next
food. My
caller.
cookbook would be
What
like
items
mac
would you
and
like to speak on?
cheese and fucking grilled cheese and top ramen. Maybe
morning, item
a
one.
cup of noodles. That'd be my
Please
cookbook.
begin.
This is MJ King, CD14 resident. You all know the saying that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
Like voting for these
So
idiots.
Stop doing that with our budget.
Like voting for
Continuing
these
to increase
idiots.
funding to a
Hypocrite.
failing police department is fiscally irresponsible. It's a waste of tax dollars and a threat to public safety. I oppose Mayor Bassett's proposed increase for LAPD, and I urge you to adopt the people's budget and calendar a presentation before the full city council. Last month, a jury found that LAPD violated the rights and used excessive force with less lethals on yet another peaceful protester in May of 2020. Chief Moore blatantly lied in the witness stand during that trial that he was unaware that anyone was injured by less lethals. In what universe do we increase funding for this? How much money do taxpayers pay annually for LASP misconduct in addition to their already bloated budget? 40 million, 60 million, 80?
Sometimes, Captain.
Stop rubber stamping a bloated LAPD budget and expecting different results. This isn't public safety. You've heard countless presentations on what keeps us safe, and it's not LAPD. Stop increasing their budget. Lastly, Kevin De Leon must go. It's ridiculous that our district will go 2 more years without representation. That's $250K a year that we could reclaim in our budget, plus he should return his salary for every day that he's refused to show up or do his job. The community has showed up meeting after meeting to beg you to stop squandering our tax dollars. No increase to LAPD and KDL must go.
Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much. Next caller, please.
Yeah, if I'm
Next
cooking
caller.
on the grill,
What items would you like to
just
speak
steaks, burgers, bratwurst, a hot dog.
I'd
Just
like to,
easy shit, not really ribs or
speak on item
smoking
one, the
anything.
budget
That's a little
and,
too much.
General public comment. please.
Absolutely. So you have
That's
a
all.
minute for each. Please begin, Speaker.
Yeah, the last caller basically took the words right out of my mouth. I would appeal to sense of logic or rationale with y'all, but it seems like the only language that y'all mainly speak of.
No, I have a
is,
gas grill.
The language of money and power.
I know
and that's
charcoal's
really
better, but
unfortunate because
I have a gas
the
grill
community has
with a
spoken
gas line
time
to it,
and time and
so you
time
never run
again,
out of gas.
telling you what the community needs and what will benefit the community and what will help the community. In addition to the fact that the results also speak for themselves. That funding,
No filling
and
a
as the
propane
last
tank
caller
ever.
said, an already bloated
You can cook
police
until you
budget
run out of
has
food.
not yielded the results.
You'll have more gas
that
than
the
food, that's for
community
sure.
wants. or
Then you'll
needs,
have this kind of
or
gas
hoping
after.
for. So I'm hoping
Too much meat.
Y'all see the light, right? That y'all are touched by some greater power to finally do the right thing and not continue this cycle
Yeah, man.
of corruption and greed and just power hungry.
Thank you.
And on general public comment, that's general public comment time, right?
Yes.
Pablo? Okay. I just want to say, watching yesterday, whole debate was completely disgraceful. You had an entire community tell you what was wrong and why they disagreed and why they opposed this project. And what the rest of y'all said is, we don't care. Essentially,
That's why I have it,
implicating that
Justin
the
B.
only difference between y'all and Weezar and De Leon and Monica
I'm trying to be
Rodriguez, or,
harmful.
Excuse me, Nerdy, Monica Rodriguez Jr. Is that y'all weren't caught. That's the only difference. And it's disgraceful that time and time again, you throw a middle finger to the public. And Paul, I really hope that at some point you can give the same concern and effort that you do the city of Los Angeles. That you
He's
do
in
for the
chambers,
people of
Brian.
Armenia.
He's there.
If you kind of apply that same cart, then maybe things would get done. I yield the rest of my time. Have a day that you deserve.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next caller, please.
I'm hoping they go through the calls
Next
and they
caller.
let him talk.
What items would you like
He
to
was
speak
trying to
on?
talk right as they went to the callers. So hopefully they'll give him a minute or so.
Caller with the last four digits, 3615. Please press star 6 to unmute yourself. Oh, you have unmuted. What items would you like to speak on?
Are you there, Speaker?
Talking to me?
Talking to
Hello?
me?
Hi. It's a little
Talking
hard
to
to
me?
hear you, but what
Who,
items
me?
did you want to speak on?
It's like homeboy on YouTube. Who, me?
I want to speak on item 1 and public comment.
Excellent. So you have a minute for each. Please begin.
Who, me?
This
Caller?
proposed budget does not address issues affecting Black Americans effectively. This council does not focus on the issues that cause homelessness that are affecting the Black American population the most. These issues include the fact that high rents are due to government taxation and wages are low due to illegal immigration. If there are more funds for LAPD, there should be funding for the creation of specialized police units that are all Black Americans and non-Uncle Toms. This is vital in consideration that most of LAPD is racist, Hispanics, or other foreigners that were not born in this country. Now moving on to public comment.
Okay.
I need to request assistance.
Please
I need
speak.
to request assistance from Kevin De Leon's office and the city attorney with the crimes committed against me from real estate fraud in my probate case. I need action by the office of the city attorney to stop these crimes now. I have been to the city attorney before years ago, and they confirmed that crimes have been committed against me in my probate case, but no
I'm watching it right now. I don't see the
actions
chase.
have been taken to date. This involves real estate fraud.
You chasing that white car?
Can I get some
Or
assistance?
the truck? Is he chasing the truck? Maybe he's chasing the
best
truck. I don't
recommendation
know.
I could give you, sir, would be to
We'll see.
call
the truck.
Mr. De Leon's office if he is your council
No?
member, and talk to a staff member there who might be able to
Yeah,
refer
so I
you.
got
to
another chase.
appropriate
Geez, they're
place of
busy
assistance.
in Minneapolis.
All right.
Okay,
St.
I will
Paul.
do that and come down to the city council to make
Both
a
the
full
Twin
report.
Cities are busy today.
Very good.
I yield my time.
Thank you very much, sir. Next speaker, please.
Next speaker. What items would you like to speak on?
So how do you figure out a cop that's black who's not an Uncle Tom? According
Speak with
to
the last
him?
four digits, 9255.
How do you do that?
Please press star 6 to unmute yourself.
We need more black cops, but they can't be
So
Uncle
speaker
Toms.
with
That's
the
exactly what he
digits
said, right?
9255. You there?
So how do you
Yes,
figure
hi,
that out?
Can you hear me?
Now we can. So which items would you like to speak on?
All
Is
items?
Minneapolis and St. Paul?
Okay. You have 3 minutes
Good
for
luck.
items 1, 3, and 4.
Gravel
followed by the
truck.
General, please begin.
Break your windshield.
So first, Kevin De Leon needs to go. A racist should not be able to be in city council chambers, let alone vote, especially not on the budget. We are talking about a budget when the People's Budget Los Angeles, a coalition led by Black Lives Matter Los Angeles, and includes over 30 organizations across Los Angeles, conducted a robust survey that had over 2,500 people weigh in about the budget and has requested to give a 30-minute presentation to the full city council, and Krikorian has yet to respond. This is a simple and necessary request that should happen before
Just
you dare
pulling
to vote
over
on
for
this
a cop.
absurd budget.
They
The
don't
fact
do
that
it in
any of
Minnesota.
you are even considering this budget is unconscionable and absurd. You don't reward inefficacy, ineffectiveness,
Look at
murder,
everybody
and
just,
harassment of people by the
lights
Los
and
Angeles
sirens.
Police Department with an
He better
additional
go around me.
$47 million.
I'm here.
When LAPD already gets almost 50% of the budget. This is one of the
Nobody's
most
pulling
murderous
over.
police departments in the country, who already killed 8 people
Slalom
this year
course
alone,
around idiots.
including Keenan Anderson and Takar Smith. This is one of the many reasons why the over 2,500 respondents to our survey said they want to divest from the police and invest in services and communities. This is literally the opposite of what you are proposing and about to vote on.
Let's see if he pulls
This
over.
body
No,
is
not
supposed
really.
to represent the people, us, not yourselves and not the bitch-ass cops.
Whoa.
So this vote is easy. No new or old cop money. Doing otherwise leaves literal blood on your hands. This $87 million more to the police is a literal death sentence. A budget is a moral document that puts literal price tags on priorities. It is about ethics. This budget rewards cops, a death-dealing institution, and strips vital resources from communities and programs that can literally save lives. This is on you now. What are you going to do? Are you going to vote to increase a budget and give more money to killer cops?
Yes.
Or are you going to choose to reinvest that money into community and services that actually keep people safe?
No.
Like housing and food.
No.
And healthcare.
No.
And mental health services.
No.
That is what keeps us safe, not a cop with a badge and a gun. I yield the rest of my time.
Fellow members of the
Thank you.
Roman Senate, hear me.
Thank you. Next caller,
Shall we
please.
continue to build palace after palace for the rich?
Next caller.
Or shall we
What
aspire
items would you like to
a
speak
more
on?
noble purpose and build decent housing for the poor?
Speak with the last four
does the
digits,
Senate vote?
2931. Please press star 6 to unmute yourself.
So speaker with the
General
digits.
public comment.
Oh, okay.
General public comment.
Sure,
And
please.
all available.
Yes, you have a minute for each. Please begin.
Palace after palace.
Good day, stakeholders. Good day. I'm going to take a breath for all of us that are walking these streets, want to take the bus, want to get to work, and we have to walk over the filth of our streets. It did start yesterday. It didn't start
They would,
10
Crystal.
years ago. All of you guys sitting there are responsible for our streets. And now you're not listening. They need to stop killing our youth. The police department, the corrupt sheriff department, the LAPD.
Catherine, that's history of the world.
Muchas gracias, compañeros, mis vecinos queridos. Sigan llamando, sigamos luchando por esta ciudad. Les pedimos al Creador. Where's
called-
the translator? How much fucking money do you make? Translate.
It's history of the world, part 1.
All of
Catherine.
you make so much money. And the guy with the Santa Monica Hotel, what was his last words to his constituents? What was his last words to the city? Fuck you. That's what he told us.
Fuck you.
I'm listening. We are all listening, but you guys are not. Reform. We need reform. Thank you, Black Lives Matter. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
the
grifters.
stakeholders. I call every week to
Ay,
meet up with these idiots because I want to
Pinche
hear you.
grifters.
I want to hear you. I want to smile. I want to stop sometimes for you. Not all the time, but I'm working on it. And I thank you for being good stewards of the land. Vote no police dogs, no more funding. Hello. They're just killing our youth.
Mr. Spindler's here.
But you know what? You're supporting the best gangs
Right there.
around.
Okay, thank you. Next speaker.
And
All right. Thank you very
Another
much.
Democrat puppet crying
Next speaker.
because the people
What
they
items would you
voted
like to
in
speak
aren't
on?
doing what they wanted them to do. Oh, man. Here's my licking up their tears off their fucking cheek.
Hello?
Hi. Which items would you
Democrat
like to speak on?
tears. Liberal tears.
Item 2 and public comment.
Love 'em.
Okay, so we've actually
Cherry
voted
flavored
on item
even.
2, but you can talk about it in general public comment. So we'll set the clock for a minute. Please begin.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Sabrina Wiggum, president of the African Village Vendors
Wiggums?
Association in Leimert Park. And we definitely need our funding to go to these over 175 black-owned vendors that frequent that area. And by the way, we're being disenfranchised and ignored as the constituents that we are and as the stakeholders that we are. We have to press our way in the meetings for the hierarchy of the well-to-do owners and CD10 and all of them getting together without us. In fact, they have a task team that they want to include us in the decision-making on whatever events that are there. And we've been there some 20-plus years, and the average is 7 years, some of those vendors. So we want the funding to go to training, development, and empowerment. And the mission is to utilize the constituents already there to do to make the community better.
Thank you.
And getting what we
Thanks,
want
Speaker.
to teach.
Yes, I could
Next
picture
speaker. Thank you
her,
very
the daughter of
much.
Chief
Next
Wiggums.
Next caller. What items would you like to speak on?
Bud Light tears.
Hi, good afternoon. Just public comment, please.
Okay, please go ahead.
Thank you. I am glad to speak today because I've been denied my chance to speak for the last week and a half. Every single time I wait on hold for over 2.5 hours, and then I'm denied my public comment because our president decides he doesn't care to listen to anymore, and he needs to move on.
That's right.
Well, guess what? We are tax-paying citizens of this city, and we're voters of this. When it comes to election in 2024, half of you are going to be removed. And I am so glad, and I'm hoping that we can get some people in those seats that actually stand for the people of Los Angeles. And I agree with the stakeholder. It's about time you listen to
Sure
the
it is,
people.
Matt.
And Kevin DeLeon, get the fuck out. Thank you.
Have you ever voted here?
Thank you.
In the city of Los
Next
Angeles, have you ever
caller,
voted, Matt Tree?
Next
Here in the
caller.
city of Los Angeles, I'm asking you.
What items would you like to speak
specifically?
on?
Yes or no?
Speak with the last 4 digits, 1881. What items would you like to speak on?
You actually grabbed a ballot.
Thank you very much. Like the last speaker, I waited a long time. I would like to speak on item 1, which is the budget. I believe 3 is neighborhood councils and city hall. Mr. Bobble, would you tell me what number 4 is? Is that the one about Benedict Canyon?
Uh-oh. Are they talking
So
about
please
the
go ahead.
hotel?
Mr. Bobble, I need public comment 1 and 3.
Oh,
Correct?
sorry, 1 and 3. So you have 2 minutes. for
That's
those
Mr.
that have been
50
in general.
Guns.
Please begin.
You know he ain't got rid of them either.
In regards to the budget, you know,
But he's part of
a
the
lot
problem.
People may not like the woman who spoke about herself.
I guess not,
and the
Madry.
kids, but my God,
You have.
Even if you don't like her, you have to love those kids. And our budget has to focus on helping single parents like her, elderly, veterans, etc. So I wish that all of you take a second look at this budget and see if we can do some improvement on helping, especially those individuals in the coming year. Mr. DeLeon, what I'd like to find out is how did Miss Martinez, the leader of stupidity, and those who were with her, how did that affect our budget? Did we lose state funding? Did we lose federal funding because of their actions? I think that needs to be reported. If there wasn't, that's fine. But if there were,
losses, let's make them clear. And Mr. De Leon, I hope you wake up one day and you just say, my God, I love this city better than I love myself and your previous time. So please do what's best for the city. May I move on to item 3, Mr.
Yes,
Bob?
absolutely.
Yep. All right. In regards to neighborhood councils and City Hall and even the Van Nuys City Hall, for years we've tried to get that connection, but I think a lot of, especially Miss Martinez, and we all know about her, she was very opposed to having the Van Nuys Neighborhood Council in City Hall. It was like she felt she was being spied on. So I just hope that we make this space available, if it's available. And I would ask that somewhere in the budget we create, and I don't know if we have it anymore, a volunteer department. Our greatest asset in this city are the people. We have so many talented people who want to help. And if we could find council people who could work with people who don't agree with them, my God, can you imagine the impact we can have on this great city? Mr. Balbo, I'd like to go to public comment.
Absolutely. Please go ahead.
Thank you. For the woman who stated how dangerous it is in City Hall to go down there if you're not one of the radicals, I personally saw on Friday as an African-American man was arrested because he assaulted somebody. But who directed him? The 3 Ks, the one elderly white woman who told him that she was offended by what was said about her. And so she directed him, and he assaulted me. He assaulted me, and with both of my shoulders needing surgery, what did he do? He punched with double hands on the shoulders. So City Hall has become dangerous for regular citizens. So I asked Mr. Krikorian and others, and even though the police officers are trying to do their best, that it's getting out of control, and we need to make and take back the council chambers and make it safe for everyone. But again, public comment today was wonderful, and I just hope that you respond to it, and we really take a look at the budget to make sure that we're serving those who really need our help. Thank you.
Matt Dreeb. Now I'm going to tell you, this is a Democratic state and definitely a Democratic city. It hasn't been Republican since 2011.
Speak with the last 4 digits. Hello.
12 fucking years.
Hello.
So there's nothing to say about any other party. This is all their fault and their policies.
Hello, caller.
Speaker, which items did you want to speak on?
We're going to continue.
Yeah, I'd like to speak on all available items on the agenda and then public comment.
Okay, so you've got 3 minutes for items 1, 3, and 4, followed by a minute for general. Please begin.
Okay, thank
I'm
you
not
very
done.
much. So I'd like to speak on item 1. So what is this? Community investments for families. What are the top 5 here? We got disability, aging,
You wish,
animal
bud.
services, and city clerk. We have a lot of
I'll steal home on you.
unappropriated balances that were retained. All the earnings, all the budget money that you've been putting towards, you've been putting it towards things that we don't even know. There's no record of all those LA council members that put citywide emergencies list on homelessness. $50 million. Karen Bass asked the city council, $50 million. Where did that $50 million go? You know, now can we go on to item 2? I believe that communication from the mayor, Christopher Torres, South Los Angeles Area Planning Commission, I mean CD10, I'm looking at the map gallery now, and it's ironic that on Obama Boulevard, blacks make up about 8% of the population, but for some reason in the LA City Council, you only got 3 black people out of 15 seats. That's pretty crazy. Do the math. You know, Hispanics get 1/3 with almost half the population. If you grew up in Los Angeles, you would know. Mary Martinez getting that tape leaked was pretty crazy. You got Rampart Village Neighborhood Council and communication from the mayor. You resolve the appointment, and on 2026, you give it such a long time. How much time do I have left? I can go on to public comment now.
Okay.
Planning and Youth Management Committee report. How much time limit do you have? If Krikorian and Hernandez really approved a neighborhood empowerment to get city plannings out there and make hotel buildings spending $12 million.
I agree, Maz.
On hotels
Or Maize and
for
Blue.
the homeless.
For sure.
This is crazy. This money could be going somewhere better. Instead, you'd be giving it to Black Lives Matter committee? Why do you have these people talking? And
Bro,
that
another
one mother
chase? You're kidding me
who
right
had
now?
those 3
Are you
kids,
kidding me
if
right
you're
now?
Still in there, you probably should have no more kids if you really
What's
don't
going
want
on?
to pay rent.
What's going
and you really got
on
living
in Minnesota
situations
today?
that bad,
What's going on in
you stop
Minnesota
having
today?
kids. I withdraw my time. Fuck you.
Okay.
Next caller, please.
Just said, I'll yield my time. Fuck you.
Next caller. What items would you like to speak on?
And Mad Trees, look, if I wanted to
Hi,
be...
I would like to speak on
Hold on,
item
we'll
1,
talk after,
item
Mad.
3, and general public comment.
We'll finish
Great,
it
you
after.
have 2 minutes for the items, followed by a minute for general. Please begin, speaker.
Thank you. Item 1 is the budget.
I agree,
A lot
I'll
of people
paint.
have mentioned the
Right on the
overly
nose.
inflated police budget. So I don't need to continue to harp on that. But I will say, if nothing else, it's kind of incredible how rude the police are. As a minimum wage service worker, even when people were being rude to me, I was always expected to treat them with respect and to smile and serve them to the standards of the company I was working for. I guess LA standards are fuck you, I don't have to answer your question.
Stacey Cigar Bollinger, guys?
I've approached LAPD officers many times. Occasionally they're respectful, but oftentimes there's attitude, there's dismissal, there's indignance.
Sounds
And for
like her.
This huge budget that they're receiving, that they're constantly begging for more, the least they could do is be nice to the taxpayers who pay their bills.
That's her, huh, Jim?
Number 3 is Department of Neighborhood Empowerment space for the Congress of Neighborhoods. It's great. Obviously, they need this space. What frustrates me about the relationship between Dunn and the NCs is just that most Dunn employees make in excess of twice a neighborhood council's budget, but they're really not held to any sort of account as far as what their responsibilities are. There was supposed to have been a hybrid pilot program launched beginning in March, and someone dropped the ball, and anytime someone asks about it, it's just like, oh, I don't know. It's ignored because they don't want to admit how dysfunctional they are. And I also think it's unfair that neighborhood councils are tasked with finding and paying for oftentimes their own space just to hold meetings when we're elected officials volunteering our time and we're given so little resources. The Department of Neighborhood Empowerment should be securing
Thank
these
you.
spaces for us.
You can go on to general.
Oh, is she to sing now,
Okay,
guys?
thank you. So for general public comment, well, I would like to say hi to my friend Susan Collins.
He's in the
And just
chambers,
let you
by
know,
the way.
Susan, it's really not that scary at City Hall. There's a lot of police there. Police are staffed in chambers to the tune of about $15,000 per meeting. And I promise you, if you have an issue, they will be very helpful. The
they were
police
doing
like
warrants.
you, Susan, and you like them. So come down to City
gamer?
Hall. Check it out. I wish I could be there today, but I couldn't. And then I
Sing.
just want to remind
for Kevin.
all of the members of council of Standing Rules Chapter 4, 25
Yeah, you did, gamer.
through 29.
First.
Well, I'll start with 27. No
I like
member shall
second.
be considered present unless the member is within the council chamber. 28, no member shall leave a council meeting without permission from the presiding officer of the meeting. Once permission has been granted and upon direction by the presiding officer, a city clerk shall remove said member's name from council's computerized record-keeping system. 29, upon call of the council, if supported by a majority,
Thank
whether
you.
quorum or not, the presiding
Great.
Speaker.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
he wore a
Next
swastika
caller.
on like his shirt, so that way they
Next
couldn't
caller.
say he was holding up
What
a
items
sign
would you like
and
to
throw
speak
him
on?
out. He's thinking about ways of getting around it. He's such an asshole, dude.
Hi, speaker. You there?
Such a fucking racist dickhead,
Yes,
dude.
good afternoon. This is general public comment.
Okay.
Good afternoon,
It is a
members
banana
of
republic.
the LA City Council. Thank you for allowing me to speak and give general public comment today. Good afternoon, my fellow Angelinos. My name is Munira Kasim Pierre. I'm a mom, grandmother, and I'm a real estate professional with PLG Estates in Los Angeles. I came before you today to commend you all and urge you to pass Mayor Bass's budget so we can all get to work. I see much improvement
Shouldn't you be at work?
in many districts, mine included, which is District 13, and I love it. Council President Krikorian, I visited your district office without an appointment. The kindness of your staff, although I did not follow the rules, wow. Mrs. Gregorian and her coworker were sweethearts. Both are real rock stars. I'm looking forward to a properly scheduled meeting with the ladies. There's much negativity, but I believe the City Council and our Mayor Karen Bass deserve
Speaker.
praise
Thank
and
you.
recognition
Thank you
for what they have.
Such rock stars.
Next speaker.
Thank you very much. Next caller.
Fucking rock stars.
Next caller. What items would you like to speak
What
on?
a puppet.
Speaker with a hidden number, please press star 6 to mute yourself.
So this is somebody calling in with a block number, so we
Come
don't
on.
know what the last four digits are.
Come on,
So if
Brock.
that might be you. Press star 6 right now.
Uh-oh,
right.
Brock.
Yes!
Cut him off. That's Mr. Spindler in the chambers. Cut him
Yes.
off. Cut
He's
him off.
calling from
Next
the
speaker,
chambers?
There are no more speakers on the virtual queue.
Come on! That's not even fucking fair,
All right.
dude.
That will close public
That's
comment
not
on all
even
items
fucking
and,
fair, dude.
Close general public comment.
That's not fair, dude. Let him talk in the chambers at least. Give him his
Sir,
minute.
There will be.
Give him his 1 minute, you piece of shit.
Excuse me. There will be no shouting in the council chambers.
You piece of
Be
shit.
quiet,
Give-
sir. Be quiet and stop disrupting this meeting. You are instructed to be quiet, Sergeant. If you can see what the man wants.
I just want to talk.
The sergeant is coming to you right now. Please stop shouting so we can move on with the meeting. All right, Madam Clerk.
What a piece
what
of
is now
shit,
before
dude.
us to
Hung
be able
up
to
right
vote
on Mr. Spindler,
Council
dog.
may now vote on items
Damn.
3 and 4, sir.
I'm going to give it a second here, guys. Let's see.
Okay,
if
those
they-
items are now before us. See no members wishing to be heard. So let's go ahead and open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
Get this thing out of here so we
14
can
ayes.
see. Y'all put yes
Very
everywhere,
good.
every
Madam
time
Clerk, what's the
anyways.
next order of business?
That's Mr. Herman
Council
back
has
there in the
motions to
vest.
post and
Mr.
refer.
Herman with the
Without
swastika
objection,
on the vest.
Posted and referred.
They don't want to
desk
put the
is
camera
clear,
there
sir.
so you can see
Very
it.
good. And just for clarification for those who haven't seen the way we do this before, today we took extensive public comment about the Budget and Finance Committee's recommendations
Mr.
on the mayor's
Spindler.
budget. Tomorrow we will be taking that up substantively. We will also be taking some additional public comment tomorrow, but
Wow.
that was the primary purpose of today, is to be able to take public comment on the budget. We will take public comment again tomorrow, and we will take up the budget substantively during our meeting tomorrow, which will begin at 9 o'clock, not at 10 o'clock, as is the norm, but at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Madam Clerk, is there anything else before us?
She's
no,
scared,
Mr.
Mitch.
President, the desk is clear, sir.
All right. Thank
There's
you very
Mr.
much.
Herman.
Any announcements, members?
Right there. It's bullshit. Let him
I s-
speak.
Mr. De Leon, for an announcement?
Yes.
Oh, hopefully they get loud when he
Pretty
tries
much,
to talk.
Mr. President, colleagues, I just want to acknowledge that
The
today,
racist guys.
I submitted a motion calling on the Housing Department and City Attorney to provide this legislative body with regular updates to the City Council regarding the receivership at the Skid Row Housing Trust properties. I do believe that this is a critical step in ensuring that the city can protect the residents who are living in these buildings and make sure that these specific tenants are not further victimized by any other
Now you care about 'em.
improprieties. I don't know if you may have may not read this morning.
Same ones he was talking
LA
shit
Times
about.
article
Now he
raised
cares.
very serious concerns about the practices of the entity pending receivership of the Skid Row Housing Trust properties.
Somebody
and
said he looks like the
specifically
Night
its suggested
Stalker. He kinda
allegations
does
of
look like Richard
mismanagement,
Ramirez.
mass
A little bit.
evictions and financial impropriety, which are troubling and without a doubt demand immediate attention. And to be clear, we're talking about families from Eureka, from Fresno, from Coachella Valley and nearby East LA.
somebody said it, not me. I can't
Families with
remember.
children that were evicted and left homeless, the elderly and disabled tenants being evicted and struggling to find new housing, property owners losing their houses with legal fees that rose as high as $465
looks like the
an
Night
hour
Stalker. That's
for
exactly
the
it.
receivership and administrative
Google
fees.
Night Stalker and then
I don't
take a
know
look
how
at
many
him.
of you have lived on the
Put
verge
your phone
of
next to
homelessness
the-
or actually
Yeah, he
have
kinda
lived or
does.
experienced homelessness, but I can't say from actual real life personal experience. It's frightening.
He's almost as
especially
big a piece of
when
shit.
you're politics, and especially if you're a
Not
woman
quite. That guy was a
and
killer, but
a woman of
this
color.
guy's just a piece of shit.
These are deeply troubling allegations. And be mindful, and I'm keenly aware. Not everything that comes on the press is entirely accurate. It is what it is, but I do believe that the city council should play a role in receiving reports on a bi-monthly basis to make sure that we're well aware exactly
future
of
governor.
what's happening with receivership, the city attorney's office, as well as the mayor's office.
Shit, yeah.
Now, let me say that a lot of these folks, as we know, the Skid Row Housing Trust is situated adjacent to us to the east in Skid Row. And a lot of these folks have been homeless already. And they're on the precipice of perhaps being homeless again if we don't have the proper guardrails that will protect these individuals. Now, the historic nature of this receivership, the large number of residents who are affected, and the financial risk to the city all demand careful
Richie
oversight.
Valens?
And finally, I'll say that as a city family, all parties must be engaged, but especially
Like real
this
Richie Valens, or are you
council
talking about
body,
Lou Diamond Phillips?
so we can
Richie
actually
Valens?
help these tenants stay housed with a roof over their head and make sure
Chris,
that we
you
keep the
can
city in
Google
good
it.
financial standing. We don't have the latitude
Just put
to
De
assume that
Leon
it will,
audio
quote, unquote,
tapes.
be all
It's like
fine
20
and
minutes
work out
long.
at the end, or
Him
trust
and
us.
two
We
other
can get it done.
council members
That
talking
is
shit
not
about,
our
I don't know,
responsibility as
15
council
different
members,
types
as
of
a
people,
legislative
including
body.
his own.
So I'm looking forward to having the motion scheduled.
They were just joking
urgently
and being
in
racist
council
about all of
member
them, little
Rahman's Homelessness and
kids,
Housing
gay
Committee,
people,
as well as
Jewish,
any other relevant committees,
blacks,
so that we can make sure that
Latinos,
we're in the best position to address
Asians.
these
I mean, they
concerning
really went in
issues.
on
We just
almost
can't
everybody. So
go
almost
along
everybody
just
got
to
it.
get along. That type of culture is not going to
All
help
but the Irish.
those who have been suffering homelessness and severe mental illnesses.
So,
Mr.
yeah.
President, thank you very much, as well as colleagues.
And it's all on tape, and somebody
Any
leaked the
other
tapes. Now, the other
announcements,
two
man?
didn't have the guts to stay. He does. He's
Okay.
like, I'm going to stay. I
Then
don't
let's
give a
go
shit.
ahead to
And you're gonna
motions
pay
to
me
adjourn.
$200,000
I'd like
plus
call
to
on
stay.
Councilmember Rodriguez.
Fuck all y'all. There goes Go
Thank you,
Boy
Mr.
right there. Look at
President.
him. Please let him talk.
Gloria Molina was a Chicana, a quilting artist, an activist, and made history
She died like
as a
4 days
three-time
ago, and now
first
you're honoring her?
Latina elected official for more than 30 years. Born on May 31st, 1948, and raised in LA County, she was the
Tom
daughter
Bradley.
of working-class Mexican immigrant parents, Leonardo and Concepcion Molina, the eldest of 10 children. There was no better
Muhammad
example
Ali.
of a dedicated public servant than Gloria Molina, who was unapologetic in her fight to make government work and hold people accountable. A true pioneer for equity and representation before that conversation became in vogue. She recognized that Latino voices and experiences were ignored and made it uncomfortable for those that sought to silence and sideline our community. Sadly poetic that her passing fell on Mother's Day. As a matriarch
they
and
will,
example
Madries.
of courageous female leadership, she didn't go along to get along. She was both revered and detested for putting the people's interests before
She's a
politics.
professional fluffer.
There have been many individuals that have come forward recently since the announcement of her battle with terminal cancer. Many among them have come out
She got them
talking
big bigs.
about this remarkable woman.
She wore the dress
her
showing off
tenacious style
off
of
the
leadership, her,
cleavage.
her incredible strength. And in fact, many of those same individuals were among those that attempted to obstruct her progress and her leadership. And they were clearly unsuccessful in doing so.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, she was a Latina who overcame those obstacles that the institutions and those in power often placed in her way. Gloria Molina was a woman that accomplished many,
O'Donnell.
many firsts.
Guys
As
are
the first
too much.
Latina California State Assembly member, the first Latina on the LA City Council, and the first Latina County Board of Supervisors. In those circumstances, particularly in the latter two, those were opportunities that were created for the Latino community as a result of lawsuits that ensured that there was Latino representation in those bodies of government.
Well, Moose,
Because
you
prior, that had not
you
been
shouldn't
made
be
available through a
that kind of a
traditional
person if you're
redistricting
serving
process.
the people.
As a social justice champion and protector of
that's really what it's
marginalized
about.
communities, she never wavered and prioritized investments and services for her constituents. She refused to sit on the sidelines or wait her turn to run for office. Her resilience and leadership made it possible to ensure that she was not the last, and her accomplishments allowed more women to successfully pursue a path in elected office because she showed that women are credible and effective leaders. Recently, the County Board of Supervisors passed a motion to rename Grand Park as Gloria Molina Grand Park in her honor, and it was without much fanfare that this body adopted the motion that I introduced to honor Gloria by renaming the pedestrian crosswalks that traverse through Grand Park, connecting the county to the city government.
Can bro have enough stripes on his arm?
Creating the Gloria Molina
Like, you don't even have
Legacy
enough
Pathway.
sleeve.
My only regret is that
Fucking
she
A.
was not with us to be able to see us memorialize
Needs another sleeve.
That installation.
Like tiger stripes.
Gloria Molina is survived by her husband Ron Martinez, daughter Valentina Martinez, son-in-law Brendan Curran, grandson Santiago, and 9 siblings.
Guys, I gotta do something real
Gracie,
quick. I'm gonna go
Irma,
do that before, because I think they're gonna let
Berta,
Mr. Spindler talk
Mario,
maybe after
Sergio,
they're done,
Danny,
hopefully.
Olga,
So let's
and
see.
Lisa.
I'll
In
be
lieu
right
of flowers,
back in
the
30
family
seconds.
requests that
Problem is,
donations
Stinks
be
might
made
leave, but
to
hopefully he comes
Casa
back.
0101
I'll be right back.
and La Plaza de Cultura y Artes, Cultura y Artes, in her memory, to inspire and empower future generations through the arts. In a world full of go along to get along, be a Gloria. Rest in power to La Mera Mera of Chingonas, Gloria Molina. May she rest in peace.
Thank you. Councilmember Hernandez.
President, and thank you, Councilmember Rodriguez. I'll be short, but I feel the weight of her and the responsibility of trying to even just meet a little bit of the shoes that she's left behind. And I know that we had Mr. Herman.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. So
This is it's actually I'm sorry, Councilmember Hernandez. Thank you for suspending. Mr. Herman has done this multiple times in an effort to distract this council as we're trying to adjourn this meeting in the memory of one of the great leaders in Southern California's history. I won't have it. He's ordered excluded from the meeting.
So
he's ordered excluded from the meeting for disrupting this council intentionally and repeatedly. And Mr. Spindler, you're going to go too if I see your phone. Go.
Okay,
Go.
you're
He's ordered
disobeying the
excluded
order.
from the meeting. So fortunately, the public watching at home can't hear Mr. Spindler now as he's spouting the most offensive things, but he is ordered excluded, and he will be subject to Council Rule 7 for the future. He's still yelling now, even louder. So the entire city council will just sit and wait while he screams as he's being walked out the door.
Okay, I'm back.
Armando Herman will be subject to Council Rule 7 for future meetings, Sergeant.
What did I miss? Dang it!
Councilmember Hernandez, my apologies. Please proceed.
What
Thank you,
happened?
Council President. I'll just
Dang
finish
it.
with saying that,
What did I
it's
miss?
because of Gloria Molina, because of her bravery to step into these spaces, that I am able to be in these spaces and be authentically
Dang
myself.
it.
And so I'm just grateful for all of her leadership.
Who got thrown
and
out?
for paving the way for us to be able to have power for our communities.
Who got
here.
Mr. Spindler got
For
kicked?
uplifting her, Councilmember Rodriguez. I look forward to when we memorialize her, but we'll always carry her with us in the work
I
that
had to
we
go
do
open the
and how
door,
we-
and then I just said,
Thank you.
fuck it, me feed Stinks too, because I know he's hungry. It's about his time
Thank you.
to eat his lunch. So
Councilmember De Leon.
just fed him, and fuck.
Thank you
Thought
very
I'd
much,
get
Mr.
back in
Corcoran.
time.
I also want to thank you, Ms. Rodriguez, for the very elegant.
What did he do?
heartfelt,
Herman got
words
the boot, or
that you
Mr.
shared with
Spindler, or
this collective,
both?
As well as the rest of the city of LA. You are absolutely correct. She is the first of many.
I guess I could
She was
rewind
always-
it.
always
You guys
the very
mind if
first
I rewind
always
it
to
real quick?
Not just tug on your ear, but pull on your ear, if need be. I know there's many a politician.
I mean, let me pull it back.
But we'll always carry her with us
Sorry.
in the work that we do and how we move. Thank you.
Hopefully that's enough. Is that enough, or did I not pull it
Thank
back
you.
enough?
Councilmember De Leon.
I didn't pull it back
Thank
enough.
you very much, Mr. Krikorian. I also want to thank you, Ms. Rodriguez, for the very
Not
elegant,
enough? More?
heartfelt word.
Many among them have come out in protector of marginalized communities, 0101 and La Plaza del
Can't be that
Culturo-
far back.
de Cultura y Artes,
This is good, right?
Artes, in her memory, to inspire and empower future generations through the arts. In a world full
There it
of
is,
go
okay.
along to get along, be a Gloria. Rest in power to La Mera Mera of Chingonas, Gloria Molina.
Chingonas.
May she rest in peace.
Thank
There
you.
he is. He's still in there. I see him now, so he's
Councilmember
there.
Hernandez.
He ain't got kicked out yet. We're good.
President, and thank you, Councilmember Rodriguez.
Next seconds, 30 seconds.
I'll be
or
short,
so.
but I just
See, they're hanging out together. They're homies because they
I
do
feel
that.
the weight of her and the responsibility of trying to even just meet a little bit of the shoes that she's left behind. And I know that we had Mr. Herman.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. So
This is it's actually I'm sorry, Councilmember Hernandez.
says
Thank you
fuck
for,
what? What does it say on the
suspending.
back
Mr.
of
Herman
his-
has done this multiple
fuck
times
something on the
in
back
an
of his
effort to
jersey.
distract this council
His vest.
as we're trying to adjourn this meeting in the memory of one of the great leaders in Southern California's
What an
history.
asshole.
I won't have it. He's ordered excluded from the meeting.
So
He's ordered excluded from the meeting for disrupting this council intentionally and repeatedly.
All right, that's
And
Mr.
Mr.
Herman.
Spindler, you're going to go too if I see your phone. Go.
okay,
Go.
you're
He's ordered
disobeying the
excluded from the meeting.
Mr. Harlan's just sitting there.
So fortunately,
That's
the
Mr.
public
Harlan just
watching
sitting
at
there.
home can't hear Mr. Spindler now as he's spouting the most offensive things, but he is ordered excluded, and he will be subject to Council Rule 7 for the future. He's still yelling now, even louder. So the entire city council will just sit and wait while he screams as he's being walked out the door. Armando Herman will be subject to Council Rule 7 for future meetings, sergeants.
What?
Councilmember Hernandez, my apologies. Please proceed.
They're gonna kick him
Thank
out
you, Council
forever?
President. I'll
He's
just
excluded
finish with
forever?
saying that, it's because of Gloria Molina, because of her bravery to step into these spaces, that I am able to be in these spaces and be authentically myself. And so I'm just grateful for all of her leadership and for paving the way for us to be able to have power for our communities here.
Now he's gonna have to
Thank you
call
for
in.
uplifting her, Councilmember Rodriguez. I look forward to when we memorialize her, but we'll always carry her with us in the work that we do and how we move. Thank you.
Yeah, I think so. It shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be allowed like that. These dudes are flying
Councilmember De
again.
Leon.
Trying to do this. Jesus.
Thank you very much, Mr. Krikorian. I also want to thank you, Ms. Rodriguez,
All right,
for
let
the
me
very
go.
elegant, heartfelt. How it dealt with the metro, how it dealt with the gold line or purple line, and who was getting the funds, who was not getting the funds. She always knew that, and she would always tell me, with the pitfalls. She really got down to it. She didn't sugarcoat the stuff. She dealt with real life, and that's why she was so respected. A lot of people didn't like her either, but because she told it like it is, and she
Just
wasn't
like you.
afraid to do it and speak truth to power, as opposed to the facades, that exist, so much, sort of that culture to go along to get along. So
That's
as
like
you
me.
say,
A lot of
thank
people
you
don't
very
like
much,
me, and I tell
as
it
you
how
said
it
a few
is.
moments
So it's
ago,
just like
may
me.
She just rest in, may she rest in peace, but also may she rest in power.
So there is that.
Thank you. Councilmember Hutt.
Am I on? There we go. I just want to say thank you to Councilmember Rodriguez for, number one, giving us the opportunity to share that
What's
space.
going on here, bro?
When we first discovered
What's going
that
on here,
she
bro?
was ill.
Rolling up on him in
And then number
AutoZone.
two, I'm hoping that we all sign on to the motion for her memorial. And I just want to
Holy
say,
shit.
for me,
What's going on, Brett?
Gloria
Just
Molina
trying to get a
was
battery.
strong
What's going
and
on?
elegant. She knew how to fight
Gotta give me
and
some
do
oil.
it in a way that was something we all should emulate, and something that my colleague,
Pat rolled up.
Councilmember
the other
Hernandez just
side.
said, it's like, we want to be like that. We want to bring in youngers. I remember I have a friend that was on city
it's a
council
busy
in
shift.
Linwood, and she summonsed her in, and she said, I
Busy
need a
shift.
chica like you.
Uh-oh.
And my friend was very worried, like, oh my God, I'm going to see the godmother. And that's really who she was. And she fought for the right things, and she was elegant at it. So
windy.
I
It's a
want her
windy
to rest
day.
in power and certainly remember her legacy. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other motions to adjourn, members? Seeing none, thank you, members. We are adjourned.
They're not my leaders. Mr. Harlan was sitting. Look at Mr. Harlan just sitting there attentively. Dude, I'm seriously worried about Mr. Sachs. No joke. Like, we ain't seen that dude in a little bit, dude. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he's alright, man. I enjoy listening to Mr. Sachs talk, and he's usually fucking there all, like clockwork. You know what I mean? So hopefully it's just he's I don't know, busy. We'll leave it at that. Hopefully he's just busy. Fucking busy, too busy, come hang out. Or too busy, just like Reno on the Strip. I'll tell you what, it's the most we actually have seen. Seems like it's pretty windy there, too. Look, I guess the camera's rocking. It's the most I've seen it packed, right? Usually we go to this camera, there ain't but one car going by. It's kind of making me dizzy. So I'm done with that one. She was getting me dizzy for a second. Yeah, hopefully Mr. Sachs is all right, man. He's a cool character. I enjoy his shtick. He's entertaining, you know. So yeah, man. Hopefully he's all right. You know, funny enough as it is these crazies that that's what it's really about. I mean, if there weren't a bunch of just crazies, rolling around at these events, we wouldn't really be watching. Right? Will we really be watching these dickheads talk about themselves and pat themselves on the back, telling you how awesome everything is and how good of a job they're doing? And yeah, I mean, come on. Dead body in the trunk? No, I think it was maybe a theft thing. Might have been stealing. I don't know. I mean, it was funny because I was watching it while you guys were watching the City Hall. And it was weird because he was sitting on the street, the cop was, this guy, we were watching his cam. Was sitting on the street kind of looking. He was looking but not going into the parking lot just yet. So he was like lying in wait for this dude to come out of AutoZone. And then as soon as he rolled up, it's funny because the dude pulled like right up on him, as you can see, and he didn't even notice him until he was literally right next to him. And then he looked the other way, and then fucking Pat rolled up on the other side. So yeah. And you can see why, everybody doesn't realize that's a cop car. Like, they have so many undercovers, Fugitive task force, you think? Well, Pat's not a part of that. Either of these guys. These guys are sheriff. They're not fugitive task force. I want to say it was just some going-ons at the local AutoZone. I'm going to say it was some theft. Car auto theft teams. Yeah, it could be that. The car itself could be stolen. But there's no way that they would get the call for that, you know what I mean? From AutoZone, it looks like the chick from AutoZone came out, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Let's do this. I'll throw on the scanner for just a second, smoke a bowl with you guys, and then I'm out. But, it was fun today. Got a decent little meeting in. It wasn't the worst. It was better than yesterday's, that's for sure, I think. Mr. Herman just went off at the wrong time. And I'm just sad that they don't let... That's like really fucked up that they don't let Mr. Spindler talk at all. Like, why not? I don't care that he comes and does his goat shtick and his puppet. They shouldn't give a fuck. They all get their minute or their 3 minutes. Why the fuck doesn't he get his? You know what I mean? So then, of course, when you deny him, he's going to get angry like any other human being would. Right? It's your right to talk, and they ain't giving it to you. So then what happens? You aggressively speak back at them, and they don't like it, and boom. Next thing you know, you're getting kicked out because you're putting, you're voicing your opinion for your own right that you should have. Okay? And they should never have the right to pick and choose who gets to talk. Ever. Because if that's the case, then what the fuck? Why do you let anybody in? Why don't you just let your homies in all day? Let's get it.
Eyes and black shirt with gray shorts.
Get it over with already. Well, Mr. Spindler, what he needs to do is not do the goat right off the joint. He needs to say another name and then just start kind of talking normally and then get into the whole, goat. I can't do it, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, they're just taking away his First Amendment rights, and it's not fair. And then when you make somebody fight for it, of course they're going to get aggressive.
This aggression will not stand, man.
That's not good, Theo. Theo, that's not good, man. It's bad karma. It's weird. I don't know what happened there. That's weird. I mean, they're letting him go. They fuck with the plate a little bit, right? It's odd. It's odd.
With Philly unit, just the suspects there now, 779 Stradella Road. Inside the location, transient, male black, 60 years, and a female white, 30 to 40 years. Go to incident 2409 or the 806.
Shout out to the transient.
Oh, Jesus, what's that smell, man?
That'd be the transient.
He stink.
Oh, shit, yeah, Popeyes. I want some Popeyes.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
I missed Popeye the cartoon.
Harry, and that's on travel on a bus, 515 North Beacon Street, 515 North Beacon Street, at the MTG Line Harbor Beacon, approaching the location at 12:59 hours, then Pacific and 17 at 1308, and Pacific and 21st at 1309. Quickly incident 2407, RD550. Hey, I'm looking at possible battery suspect 117 South Boyle Avenue.
It's busy.
Last man on the first floor hallway, suspect on Hispanic, 35 bear, 16, medium build, curly hair, unknown color backpack, bicycle, code 2413 or 2454.
Nuggets going down. Well, they didn't go down last night. Or I should do. Kawhi laughing at you. But Kawhi ain't playing neither. So there's that. At least the Lakers made it there. Contavious Caldwell Pope. I told you the other day KCP would be the factor. I mean, remember, that was the guy that played for you. You got rid of him. Of course, anybody's going to want to play better. They're going to play better, a notch better than they normally do against the team that gave up on them or traded them or, whatever. However you left. Your old team, you're definitely going to play a little bit better. When's the next stream? Jordan, well, again, if there's a chase, if I end it right now and in 12 minutes there's a chase, I'm going to hop back on. So that's how it works if I'm home. But other than that, the normal scheduled one would be Friday morning at 10 a.m. or 10:15 for another one of these crazy city council fucking madness meetings because I can't do the one tomorrow. Or you know what? Tomorrow they said 9 a.m. So if they actually start at 9, I can do like 9 to 10 for you guys. But at 10, I got to leave. So maybe we can get a little bit in. Hopefully it's not where they, because they're just talking about budget. Again, they're talking about the same thing they did today, giving more money to LAPD and stuff like that. So they're actually taking public comment, though, this time on a Thursday, which they don't normally do. So, yeah, we'll see. Maybe we can dip in tomorrow a little bit. And then, of course, Friday we do 2 shows, early morning and then our normal Friday night show. So, yeah. Yeah. 3,000 thread count. That's right. She drew the line at the 3,000 thread counts. Popeye was on them blues. I like Popeye. Victor Wembanyama. Yeah, he's going to the Spurs. That dude, what do you mean Google him? You'd be under a rock to not know who the dude is. In fact, I think Fanatics already signed him to a exclusive deal for his autos, so you'll have to get his autos in their products only. Now he'll be in other products, but they won't be autos. You know, they'll be base cards or parallels, inserts. There won't be any autos. I mean, the same thing happened with your boy Ben Simmons. Fucking Ben, dude, that guy disappeared. Those Kardashians, man eaters, Jenners, man eaters. So stay away from that family. But yeah, he did the same thing. He was such a big star. Upper Deck said, you know, we're going to sign you to exclusive deals. So you could get Ben Simmons cards, but you can't get autos unless you went through and got Ben Simmons cards in Upper Deck. It's the only way. Same thing with LeBron. Same thing with Jordan. Same thing with Gretzky. If you want any of those guys I just mentioned, you have to get their autos in an Upper Deck product. Because Upper Deck was smart enough to sign them, the GOATs, realistically. All really good players, let's just say. Not GOATs. I hate to use that term. You know that. They're all legendary players. You know what I mean? And they signed him to an exclusive deal. I don't know how much it was. I'm sure it was in the 100 million range, or got to be somewhere around there. So it was a big deal to just hold your autographs exclusive to one company. Sure. What do I give a fuck? So Jay's doing okay. He's not in here now. He just ate lunch, so he's probably doing something in the living room. Probably watching the birds or whatever. But yeah, he had not a good day yesterday, but hopefully today's better. Yeah, he's a bit skinny. He needs some weight, Victor does. But looks like, you know, there's no way the Spurs are going to trade away from the pick. They're taking him. So we might have two generational players this year.
Female Latino woman, Jefferson County, sent the male, black, white, shirt, blue jeans, talking female, black top, black pants. Code 3 and 2434 1330.
We'll have Victor Wembanyama go to the Spurs, who's a generational player, so they say, and he's highly touted. And same with Connor Bedard going to the Chicago Blackhawks. So NHL and NBA might have two highly touted stars that should be two faces of the game possibly in the next, 3 to 5 years. The next Curry or Giannis or what have you. I should hold that bong as a Funko Pop bobblehead, Damon.
Southwest unit criminal threat suspect.
Bobblehead. I have a bobblehead of myself.
Junior,
I do.
In apartment 2. Suspect was last seen in the rear alley facing eastbound in a gray Nissan Altima license 8 X-ray John Tom 079, 8 X-ray John Tom 079. Stay handgun on the waistband. It's code 22437. NRD is 362. Z-fitted? Yeah, man, this kid's really good. I'm sure you know who Connor McDavid is. He's probably the best player in hockey right now. And this kid has done more. This Connor has done more than that Connor in the juniors for Canada, like the World Junior Championships. This dude was he was like Gretzky in the sense where he was allowed to play junior hockey professionally in a sense, at 13. It's a 13-year-old playing with 17 and 18-year-olds. 13 playing with 17 and 18-year-olds. Think about that for a second. And let me tell you something. Then you watch the videos of what he's doing against these people. Yeah. He's the kind of kid that's watching the goaltender, and he's behind the net and picks the puck up and then just dumps it over the net onto your back and it rolls into the net. That kind of guy. He's shooting it off the goaltender's arm or back into the net. I mean, the kid's his idol was Sidney Crosby growing up as a kid. And this kid they've been talking about this kid for the last few years. This year in the NHL, a lot of teams were tanking. And everybody thought probably Arizona would get him, or maybe the Ducks. Anaheim and Arizona both lost out. It was the Chicago Blackhawks. So they get another generational talent like Patrick Kane.
suspects on the sidewalk across the street from the Wells Fargo. Male Hispanic, 40s, 5'7", long hair, light facial hair, black shirt, black shorts, with a gray blanket. Pierce stated the suspect had been pursued earlier by police. Monitor comments just go to 22445 and RD 1972.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Sammy. This kid he's super talented, and you know what's crazy is it's all. Do you remember? Do you remember the movie Rookie of the Year with Henry Rowan Gardner, where the kid broke his arm, and they took the cast off, and all of a sudden he could throw 100 miles an hour, and he becomes a Chicago Cubs pitcher. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that movie. I'm sure some of you must have. Okay, well, a similar thing kind of happened to Connor Bedard. Okay, he was already a great player, killing it. You know, already a fantastic hockey player. He was playing in a game. He got checked into the boards and broke his hand. Okay, busted his hand really good. They thought, okay, broken hand, 3-4 weeks, got the cast off, you're good. But no. It required surgery, and it was at a, and remember, he's a growing kid. He's not a man. He's a fucking 13. At that time, he was 13. Now he's 17. Okay. So, he broke the arm, and they said, really you can't use it because, it's a part where it's like a fasciitis thing where you're growing still, and you could damage the growth spurt, and you don't want to fuck up your hand. You're obviously a talented player, so he was really scared. So he'd go outside every day and play with his good hand. Okay? He'd literally sit there. You'd see videos of him with the other hand, one-handed stick, shooting with his leg, using his leg to lift the shot while using his other hand to shoot. Well, that is not his normal shooting hand. Okay, he just would not use the cast hand. So for 12 weeks or so, he was wearing this cast on and off, and they finally took it off. And because he didn't use it forever, all of a sudden, this shot became incredible. And next thing you know, it was like Henry Rowan Gardner, where he just snapshots, and it's just like lightning fast. Even NHLers are watching his videos like, God damn, like his release, it's amazingly fast. And again, you're talking about a guy who's 16, 17-year-old, who's just turned 17. Like, doesn't have a hair on his face, ain't even coming close to drinking with the team on the road trip. But he's going to be the number 1 pick in the NHL draft next year. And he is a guy that will play right away. I don't think he's going to their minor league associations, or affiliate rather, minor league affiliate to go play. I don't think so. I think he's that talented that he's going to come up right away. His name is Connor Bedard. Connor Bedard. And you can look him up. Yeah, just like that, Bedard, just like that, Jake. And he's from I think Saskatchewan. And kid's amazing. The kid's already he's got you go to the arena there where he's playing as a junior, and his face is all over the arena, and the kids they're wearing his jerseys. The girls are sitting there wearing his jerseys. Yeah, he's already a star there, and he was killing it. He killed it in the World Juniors this year for Canada, and won the gold, and there's that. Now he'll be the number 1 pick in the draft. And, I don't think one player will ever, as good as they may or may not be, ever be able to change the face of the franchise right away. It's just not possible. Not in sports today. Teams are too good all the way around. But, Chicago could make some moves. Who knows? We'll see. On top of that, and we'll see what Chicago pans out, the Blackhawks. But yeah, generational talents. These are kids that just, don't come around but 10, 15 years. You know what I mean? Every 10, 15 years, you got a player like this that's just like a can't miss person. Look at the gas price. How much is it? $3.59. Oh my God! I paid $5.06 yesterday, something like that. $5.08 for 87. Ducks got screwed. Yeah, a lot of people think that. Ducks have never picked first. They've picked second twice. They've never picked first. You know, in Chicago, a lot of people think it's rigged, and Chicago got another generational talent like they did with Kane and Taze, and you know, it's a historic franchise that has a huge fan base that love them. I mean, when they come here to town and play, there's a ton of fans. Same with Detroit. You know, you come watch a Detroit Red Wing game here, Red Wing game here in LA, and you're gonna see a lot of Red Wing jerseys. Ain't gonna be just two. There'll be a lot of them. So, you know, sport. That's what's weird because you have a lot of transplants. So somebody who may have moved from Michigan, who's a Red Wing fan, is now in LA living here. They're gonna come support their team. I mean, fuck, dude. I remember when I had the Rams tickets, dude. The Cowboys would come to town. Oh my god, it was like a Cowboy game. Shit, it was all Cowboy fans.
Code 22472 RD
It was like,
1243.
you know.
2476 RD 461.
Wild. Oh, the stream is done? Hold on one second. Yeah. Oh, they just ended it. Yep, they just ended it. There we go here. What the hell?
Woman,
There.
5737 Camellia Avenue, 5737 Camellia Avenue, coming from the top floor apartment. PRU screaming, correction, female screaming. Code 3 incident 2473 RD 1535.
Screaming ladies. Screaming ladies.
Central traffic in Tampa, traffic Eagle Rockton Avenue 36, Eagle Rockton Avenue 36, code 3 incident
Go to the dam.
2470 and RD 1134.
Nice windy night. Cool night in the dam.
We are tracking her unreported stolen. It's a 2022 white Kia Forte, has no plate. Has been at the location for approximately 10 minutes. Unknown if currently occupied. Code 2 incident 2481 RD 1665.
Stole her Kia Forte. Damn, man, them Kias, dude. I'm telling you, if I had a Kia, I'd be really worried. I'd be really fucking worried if I had a Kia. And it would be in your best interest to go to Best Buy or whatever, get on Amazon account and order yourself an Apple AirTag for $30 and slap that son of a bitch somewhere underneath the car where they won't notice it, which is a ton of places. And that way, if you then get your car stolen, you could then report it and find it quickly. But the problem is when you get your car stolen, right, they're going to report it to the insurance. Then the car really becomes like almost a write-off at that point. You know what I mean? It's just a theft. So it's almost like a total. You know, it's almost like a total loss at that point. So usually I think they just pay you for the car and take the car and sell it. I don't know, at auction. Who knows? So that's why I say, yeah, it isn't yours anymore. I don't know if I really... And then again, if you're leasing the car, you're just like, well, fuck it. I'll get a new one anyways, right? Thanks for stealing it, so I get a new one. Thanks for helping me out. Ignition kill switch? Do you really want to do that, though, on a fucking Kia? You have to start your car with a secret button or pattern. And I get it when you have like a low rider or a hot rod or just some cool car that's, you know, of value that is highly stolen. But those cars really aren't of value in that sense, but they are highly stolen.
Anyone spell unit animal cruelty 7720 Gloria Avenue. On Gloria Avenue, vehicle
Right, Terry?
Kia Soul. Code 2 incident 2491 and RD 1018.
That's what I'm saying.
Suspect, 1 North Hobart. Second floor, suspect transient male, black, 50 years. Tall, wearing a hat, striped brown shirt, has 2 backpacks, attempted to assault the PR. Code 2 incident 2492 or D649.
I'm just moving that out of the way so you just can lay down. Give you guys a last little shot of Stinkums. Oh, Stinkum pie. Oh, that one ain't working. Oh, it's that one. Oh, little baby boy. Little baby boy had his lunch, and now he's laying down for a nap. Oh, Stinkum. You feeling okay, buddy? Love you. That's a good boy. Daddy love. Yeah, Daddy loves you. Yeah, he's a good boy. Yeah, that's why I say it's just better off. But the problem is the insurance also, they're going to dick you around a little bit.
North Hollywood Unit Battery Domestic Violence Investigation 5020 Clump Avenue, apartment 323. It occurred in central proximity on that where to go. It's code 2493 or D1555.
A little battery domestic violence.
That's the power of love.
That's the power of love. Damn, bike gang. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Bike gang. Shout out to all the gangs, especially the bike ones.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
Call up the gang and they come and get gang. Cry me a river, give you a tissue.
His coat looks really nice. Yeah, you know, it looked a little less shiny when he was on that dry food, you know, but that wet food definitely does it. You know, and he likes to take a bath. He cleans himself pretty frequently throughout the day. He's always licking the sides and the tail and the face and the paws, and especially around where they shaved him, you know.
I ran for unit domestic violence 1327 Toberman Street. The suspect, a male Hispanic, 39 years, wearing a blue checkered shirt, dark blue pants. Code 2, incident 2501 and RD 290.
Another domestic violence? Yeah, so he, you know, really where they shaved him down for the IV and the surgery, you know, it's like a wound still, I guess, to him. And so he's going to keep licking it, I noticed. And he did that the first time when they shaved his arm the first time. Because you can really see it. It goes all the way down. You know what I mean? You can see the really, like, it's like a 1/4 inch difference in fur. So he's constantly licking that, and, you know, he wants the fur to grow back. And I noticed that it's weird. The first time that happened, when they did it to him, he came home and he started doing something he never did before, where he'd cross his paws like this, right in the little wound, and lay on his back.
Suspect in the backyard subject.
Never did that
Now,
till
Vernon
then.
and Western, suspect male, black ponytail, black shirt, army pants, code 2, incident 2506 or D 395.
So, yeah.
Subject suffers from bipolar. It's code 2, incident 2504 RD 1323.
I love it. His tail is just wrapped in around him perfectly, and he looks so comfortable right now. Yeah, he sleeps with me every night. He's in the bed every night. You know, he lays against my legs, like my calves. You know what I mean? He likes to do that. I do the little, like, you know, spin around like that a few times, and then just lay down and kind of like flop all his weight against my legs. So it's like he knows I know he's there, and then I go to bed like that, like you see him now. So, yeah, he's a big baby. He's a big baby. You don't want to sleep by himself.
Now, any shots heard only in the area rim and
Except for during the day.
Heard 10 minutes ago. Pierre heard 34 shots. No suspect remains. Code 2, incident 2510 RD 1255.
Spooned your knee. Yeah, it's weird, dude. He used to sleep like on the other. That's a cool Bronco. Look at that thing. Look up there, guys. When it passes. Hold on. Let me. Hold on. That thing is weird. It's a 4-door Bronco. Come on. What's going on? Look at it. It's a 4-door Bronco. It's with no doors.
Unit, criminal threat suspect. They're now suspect male Persian wearing a
Have you
red
seen any of
polo
that? Any of you guys seen that? A 4-door Bronco with no doors?
6001 Topeka
Any of you
Canyon
guys see
Boulevard,
that
suspect's son,
before?
male Persian wearing a red polo shirt, jeans. Monitor comments for additional code 2 incident 2514 D 2155.
That's pretty cool, huh? Like a wannabe Jeep Wrangler. I got it. Yeah.
Hollywood unit, possible vandalism suspect there now. 1532 North Detroit Street, across the street next to a blue dumpster. The suspect, a female, black, late 30s, wearing a beige shirt, burgundy shorts, taking a parked black SUV.
But that wasn't a
Code
Jeep.
2 incident 2519 and RG 643.
But that wasn't a Jeep. I get the Jeeps. I've seen those, okay? I've seen those. Plenty of the Rubicons and all that stuff that look just like that. I get that. And I guess that's Ford's answer to that. I get that too. But what I'm asking is, have you seen any of those Bronco 4-door with no doors like that. I have not seen those in California anywhere ever. I've seen plenty of the new Broncos. We were talking about it just the other night. The Sasquatch, they call it, or something. The new one they have. There we go. Let me make myself smaller too. I think I can. There we go. Let me get this out of the way and bring him back up. No, that's not that one. There we go. There he is.
Unit 459 Hump investigation.
Burglary.
405 North Fuller Avenue. Suspect male unknown, black hooded sweatshirt, black sweatpants, purple shoes. Broke into PR's residence while PR was upstairs. Last seen unknown direction. Monitor comments. Code 2 incident.
You want to go over to
252
the Venice cam? I can take a look at that. Hold on. I'll do it on the other one. Venice Beach cam. See how nice it looks at the beach right in this out, man.
Unit 45737 Camellia Avenue. No evidence trouble.
No evidence. It looks kind of socked in, but it's been socked in. It was kind of socked in last night. A little bit, but there you go. We'll give it a second here. Let me put Stinks back on. There you go. There. Oh. Shout out to the Venice Beach Hotel. Go stay by the bay. Venice Beach Hotel. See, not a lot of chicks in bikinis and all that stuff. You can tell that people are kind of covered up a little bit. It's a little cold. Look at that thing. Look at that bus. We need that for the Smoke and Scan tour bus to go smoke and get ripped in Key West. You guys down? Who's down? I'm down.
Report just occurred 3201 South Central Avenue at the warehouse resale. Suspect is male black, gray baseball cap, white shirt, gray pants, walking northbound Central. School 2 incident 2530 RD 1333.
The shoe warehouse. Problems at the shoe warehouse.
Under the machine at a 10 battery. Suspect Corbin and Martin.
A lot of people.
From all white, 30 years, wearing a green sweater, blue jeans, blue backpack. Last seen in the alley behind the bank. Code 2 incident 2531 RD 1782.
Yeah, bang trolley. Let's get it. Bang trolleys. Oh, don't hit them on the bike. This is, see, we got one bike rolling around like Amsterdam. He's got his bike, though. He's chilling. Enjoying the day. Pulled over. So, yeah, let me enjoy the view real quick. Nobody's in the showers. I'm surprised he doesn't zoom in on the showers. He'll get in trouble. It's right there. If you look, if you stop and then screenshot it and zoom in, you can see there's showers right there. Public showers for, the surfers and shit like that. Boogie boarders, swimmers. Want to clean themselves off. And then, again, homeless folks go there and they shower. You got that too. And you can't unclose it because if you close the showers, then you have all kinds of bad things happening inside.
13 years, burgundy top, khaki, gray, or black pants. It's called 2 incident 2538 or 515.
Got all kinds of things happening. Oh, Amsterdam meetup for Smoke and Scan would be epic. Do the smoke boat. Everybody get their shit from coffee shops. Then we get on the smoke boat and enjoy some music and each other's company on the canals of the dam. Why not, man? They're not to like. Then go to a nice meal afterwards and shit. Do it again the next day. Then we can go to one of those sex shows together. The one the public
You
was.
know, you're not.
People watch each other's
Just occurred
boning.
around 9:30. See the PR in front of the Wofford office. Male wearing a black jacket, black shirt, blue jeans. Occurred 5 minutes ago. Suspect at Flower and 30th and Small 840 Europe.
I don't know, Mike.
Black leggings. 272-541 RD 1331.
Dave, I watched some of his stuff, some of his videos here and there. I watched the one, I think, where he went to Oktoberfest out here. You know, gets this. The real German gets to see how American Germans do it. Yeah, it's a nice day. It's a nice day out, even in Key West. Even in Key West, Florida. It's a beautiful day in Florida. It's a nice Jeep. There's a Jeep for you. Got his rims on and everything. Or she. A lot of people love those Jeeps. I'm just wondering if golf carts, though, like those kind of golf carts, sell normal cars in Key West.
Anyway, so you know, I know trouble 10940 Wilshire Boulevard. Vehicle is going to be a black 2020 Cadillac, license 9 Frank Robert Boy 733, 9 Frank Robert Boy 733, code 2254783.
Stinky on in a... No, Stinky's just laying down next to me. He's underneath the table. That's why you can see the wires there. He likes the carpet. The carpet's really thick in here. So.
You know, man, woman dispute 1717 West 85th Street.
Cops rolling.
2551 or D1253.
LAPD rolling. Look at their Chevy fucking beach truck. No more Chevy beach trucks, man. No more money for the cops. Give the money to me. I need it more. I love it. I say to the thing about funding the cops is you wouldn't need cops or funding more cops and more for more things if more crime wasn't happening.
100 hours, subject is a mother-in-law, female Korean. First of young, last of came, 65 to 70 years old, blue cap, blue jacket. Code 2025540 1785.
You know, it's just ridiculous. What comes first, you know, the chicken or the egg?
Penny was found there for 15 minutes, 6800 Receiver Boulevard at Gloria Salon. In the parking lot of the location, the suspect female is standing, facial hair, wearing a green shirt, blue jeans, attempting to break the window to business. It's the code 20255 1025.
Trying to bust shit? Why you trying to bust it? Bust it. Yeah, we're trying to bust it. You know, that's all I say, you know. And it's funny how, like, the robot dogs are only, you know, what do you call it? Are only harmful to people of color in their neighborhoods. Apparently, white people never get arrested and do bad things, and their neighborhoods won't be affected by it. Only people of color. So apparently it's a racist Hyundai robot dog. Not a robot, but a robot dog. So remember, boycott Hyundai. It's just so funny how they have to gaslight race all the time. Just race baiting.
It's a phase 2 location.
All the time.
Traditional code 202-2566-3932.
It can't be that I just don't like Big Brother for anybody. It's too much.
415 woman of Menlo and Martin Luther King. Menlo and Martin Luther King walking in the middle of the street. Suspect female, black, 30 years, wearing a white shirt, blue pants, carrying a pink backpack. Code 3, incident 2565 and RD37.
Chick walking in the street on MLK. So yeah, it's just funny how that is, you know. It's always a race bait for, you know, some sort of thing or another. Just sad deal. You know, and I don't know a race or religion that hasn't had atrocities happen to them. None. Okay, not one. I don't think there's one that was free of everything. Or, you know, of nothing. You know what I mean? That never got oppressed or killed or, you know,
Units
in
at
some
Mara
way.
Violent, Juvenile Domestic Illness, 291 East 43rd Place, 291 East 43rd Place. Subject is a male Hispanic, 8 years old, suffers from the ADHD. Is code 3 incident 2568 RD 1352.
Damn, you 8 years old and already they calling the cops on you.
Signature 415 woman, 14218 Sylvan Street is now a EDW suspect. And now additional PR calls. CPR in black clothing will direct to suspect, male, Armenian, 76 years, plaid shirt, jeans, threatened PR with a wooden bat. Monitor comments now code 2 incident 2561 RD 935.
Threaten him with a bat. You know, it's not even about the full circle thing though, Jimmo. My point being, before I was cut off, it's busy, is
Units 211 suspect are now
robbery.
San Pedro, Southern San Pedro. Suspect female, black, wearing a brown and blonde wig, black baseball cap, blue jacket, armed with the black and blue handgun. Last seen running to the SRO building. It's code 3 incident 257 through 8157 Central Line identified.
Some chick out there robbing folks.
You want the money, Lebowski? We fuck you up.
Man, it's busy.
11 units and 2016 uncontrolled on a bus. It's in New Hampshire and 3rd. LADOT.
Right, Sav. Good to see you, Sav.
Correction 0322. Displaying at 911 on the electric banner. Last seen heading eastbound 3rd Street towards Vermont. Code 3 incident 2575 and 2017.
Jimmo, my whole thing is you know, they've all of us, everybody's had some sort of atrocity happen to them over the, you know, decades. You know, again, if you choose to dwell on it, you'll never get over it. At some point, you need to get over it because it's not healthy to be dwelling on it all the time. And I just think that that in a nutshell needs to happen, because otherwise you just have people like this that are race baiting it and pushing them over and over and over and over, never letting it go. And at some point you need to let it go, you know, of things that happened, you know, because it's just not healthy. It's just not healthy to their own mind and to, you know, to anybody around them. That's all they do. That's the only their view is skewed because of that, I think. I don't want to get. They can come cancel me, Tio. I wear the shirt all the time. In fact, I gotta wear it. I think it's dirty. I gotta wash it. But the come cancel me shirt. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it because I speak the truth. You know, people, like I said earlier, people call people that support law enforcement bootlickers. You hear the term all the time. I say to you, are you not the bootlicker too? If you live in a neighborhood where you see crime happening all the time and you just cops show up and I didn't see anything and you surely saw it happen. Are you not the bootlicker to the people that are vulturing on your own community, making things way worse than the cops are? Again, that's, you know what I mean? You just got to look at it from every angle, man. You're a hypocrite in that sense. There's a lot more crime that's happening on the daily throughout the community than there are cops shooting kids or men or women, you know, randomly, as they say. Am I saying that doesn't happen? No, because it does. Am I saying those cops shouldn't be fired? No, because they should. Problem is, in this day and age, you have to have them do these stupid things in order to catch them. Because I already told you, I've explained this 100 times. They'll do a wrongful termination lawsuit and they'll get $4 million. They'll take their money, go live in Arizona or Idaho and live like a fucking king. Okay? That's what they'll do. They'll never work another day in their life. They'll go buy a nice $1 billion home, go in a nice $100,000 car, and do whatever they do with the rest of it. I'm telling you. So that's the problem. So in order for them to get terminated, they have to do something bad first. It's why you have to do better at checking the people that are being employed. But sometimes that's a hard thing too, because again, like if it's a mental illness thing, sometimes people go long times without having any kind of even thought or a notion of even having anything. Then all of a sudden it's just, you know, like a switch happens and you start to go really fast, and who knows, one day you're, you know, just going off the hinges. What's up, Big Ray? Can't blame the villagers. I don't. Not blaming the villagers. I'm being really even, you know, and some of those villagers kind of deserve what they got, You know, when you fuck around, you vulture on the public, you're running around shooting guns and shooting guns back at cops, and they shoot and kill you, you deserve to be where you're at, 6 feet deep. Okay? That's it. Vulture on society. I don't care what color you are. If you're the same color as me, I don't care. Do not care. And that's the sad part, that I had to say that end part right there. But that's the world we live in. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Vulture is a vulture, man. Justin, what? What does it say? Is it a chase? Oh, no. Just in, General Hospital actress Haley Poulos arrested for DUI after wrong-way crash in Pasadena. Oops. She's kind of pretty. Actress Haley Poulos was arrested on suspicion of drunk driving after she was involved in a wrong-way head-on crash in Pasadena, according to California Highway Patrol. It happened Saturday on the eastbound lanes of the 134 freeway. Wow. So she was driving the wrong way on the fucking freeway drunk. Officials said Poulos was involved in a hit-and-run collision, so she hit somebody in a wreck.
Unit 20250 Roscoe 20250 Roscoe Boulevard. To the PR for the location, a male wearing an orange shirt, green pants, will drive to Unit 301. Monitor comments for additional possible premise hazard. It's code 3 incident 2607 RD 2118.
Officials said Poulos was involved in a hit-and-run collision in Pasadena before she entered. So she crashed and then entered the wrong way on the eastbound 134 freeway near the Orange Grove exit. According to the Pasadena Fire Department, crews used the jaws of life to extract pool holes from her vehicle. She was taken to the hospital for treatment before her arrest. The other driver was hospitalized with major injuries. Oops. Wow. Last week, 24-year-old who was playing Molly Lansing Davis in General Hospital since 2009 told Soap Opera Digest that she was taking a break from soap to recover from a car accident. All these soap stars can't drive, apparently. There you go. She's pretty. She is a pretty girl. Take a look at her picture. You Google her, Dragon. She ain't hard on the eyes. So yeah, so that's crazy. She hit somebody and head on wrong way. No, that's what she hit somebody, fucked them up good, took off, and I guess got scared and tried to jump on the freeway. Didn't realize that she was going the wrong way on the freeway. And then gets the Dewey on top of the hit and run, on top of damaging her car, top of damaging their car, top of the major injuries suffered. So that's really a dangerous thing, and that's a felony. That's a felony hit and run, just to let you know. So she just racked up a felony, because when you have major injuries and the person leaves the scene of the accident, that's a felony right there. So it's called felony hit and run.
In the vicinity and 6868 Fire Department's requesting a backup 5755 Fountain Avenue, 5755 Fountain Avenue at Alonzo Community Day School. Subject is a female 15 years combative with FT code 3 incident 2614 and RD 668.
A combated 15-year-old at the elementary school or junior high? Well, I mean, she only really got one felony. The felony is the felony hit and run, right? You know, causing bodily injury and leaving the scene. And then the DUI is a misdemeanor. Unless she was really ripped. If she was double the limit, it is a felony.
2670 West 11th Street, 2670 West 11th Street, that's the charter school. Code 3 incident 2619 RD 2056 Margaret.
Now, the DUI could be a felony if she was twice the legal limit. Then it's a gross DUI, and they could consider that a felony. So she may have gotten 2 there. You just need to know what her BAC was, her blood alcohol content was. So she may have racked up 2. At the minimum, she's racked 1 and a misdemeanor for sure, without a doubt. Not to mention a probably pretty good civil suit against her. I mean, she's an actress. She's on General Hospital. She probably makes some pretty good money. I don't know what an actress like that makes, but I'd venture to say, even on the low end, maybe $20,000 an episode, Maybe more. Even if she's not like a big star on the show. I've never heard of her, but not that I watched the show. But
Hollywood Unit 345.
my mom used to love General Hospital.
Now, Lexington and Vine. Lexington and Vine in front of the Taco Bell. Suspect a male black, early 30s, small afro and blue t-shirt was on with a paintball gun and choking a female black with a blue head wrap. It's code 3 incident 2623 and RD 666.
We got paintballers at Taco Bell, baby. No, not really assault with it. I'm telling you, just you get the vehicular, you get the hit and run because you took off. I mean, you weren't trying to hit them unless she was trying to purposely run them down, which I doubt. She was drunk. She hit that car, bang, hit the car, and that's that. And she took off, I guarantee you, because she was scared. She's drunk. She doesn't want to stay at the scene. And then she probably just said, oh, there's a freeway entrance. Let me jump onto the freeway and get out of here quick since the other car's disabled. And problem was that ended up being the on-ramp, the off-ramp, instead of the on-ramp. So now she's on the freeway the wrong way. Like a fucking idiot, drunk. Because remember, the CHP caught her for DUI, not Pasadena PD. Somebody sent some. Let's see here. Derek, thank you so much, Derek Garcia. I'll put it towards there. I'll put it towards there.
Southwest Unit 415 man at the library, 2906 off La Brea Avenue. Suspect is a male, black, red bandana on his neck, checkered shirt and black pants, refusing to leave. It's code 2, incident 2632, and RD 331.
Is he at the library where the berries lie? Or is it a library? Never mind. Oh, yeah. Top earners on the show earn about $294K, while the median salary is $57. So even on the bottom end, I guess she's worth a little bit, but $57 isn't that much. That's not. Can you figure after taxes? And I mean, you're just barely starving to. You're paying all that goes to live. Like at the end of the month, you got $1,000 a month to live off of or something. You know what I mean? You're scraping by. You know what I mean? Because that's another thing too. You know, it's a weird thing when you're an actor or an actress because you a lot of them see all the success from the other ones and they want to keep up with the Joneses. And there's a lot of keeping up with the Joneses things going on. And to keep up with the Joneses is expensive.
740 Washington Way, monitor comments, code 2, incident 2635, RD 1440.
That can get expensive, so yeah. It is what it is. What's up, French toast? French
Any Hollywood
toast.
unit, criminal threat suspect, 7071 Hawthorne Avenue. Suspect male transgender wearing a black skirt. Monitor comments for additional code 2, incident 2639, RD 645.
All right, guys, I am out of here, but thank you for joining me for the decent, what do you call it today? Council meeting.
1835 South Hope Street. She's a PR, transgender male, black sweater, black pants.
Aren't I tired of the shootings lately? I don't pay attention to them. I don't even care.
Green plaid shirt, burgundy pants, RSM metal poles. Code 2, 2642, RD 119.
There's most of the shit, like I was watching this one dude's video, Matt Walsh, who was just going over that one in the Texas, how bullshit the story is. I don't subscribe to all that, all the lies and the bullshit. I got it. They want your guns. That's it. What better way to make you give your guns up? They don't want you to protect yourself, so in 30 years, you'll be just like China or any other country where you're under their thumb completely and you couldn't protect yourself from anything or anybody. And out of my cold dead hands, homie. Out of my cold dead hands. So thank you guys for everything, man. You guys have a great day. Not a good one, but a great one. Enjoy your hump day. It's a beautiful day out there and everywhere I look. Go outside, get yourself some vitamin D like these folks. And it was good to see you, fams. And I guess that's it for now. So if we have another chase, if a chase pops off, you know, I'm here. I'll pop on. If not, I will try to go tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. to do a little bit of that, what do you call it? The council meeting tomorrow, just for a short hour. And then I got to hop off because I got to go. But I'm down to do that. And then, of course, Friday, 2 shows. Early morning, 10 a.m. And then, of course, your normal Friday show. So thank you guys for everything you do for me. Thank you again to DS for that huge donation. And happy birthday to you, DS, again. Don't eat too much cake. And hopefully you get something you really wanted. And thank you guys for everything. Thank you guys for being so kind and fun and honest to each other. Holy shit, here comes the train. Well, we ain't leaving until you guys see the train really quick. But, much love to all you guys. Be good. And on behalf of that guy over there who's sleeping, Stinkums, and myself, we're out of here. But I'm just going to pause until I see the train. I want to see this train. This shit looks fire, dude. Holy shit. I think that's what we need instead of the bus. The shit looks better than the bus. I want to be in the caboose. Holy shit. Look at that thing. That thing is rad. I want it. It reminds me of that's fucking like Universal Studios. That's like the tram at Universal Studios if you haven't been to. Without the train, of course. All right, guys, man. I just wanted to see that. You guys have a great day. Enjoy yourselves. And be good. See you on the next one.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, you guys. Anakin.
Oh, look, he knows it's time to go. Look at him, sweet face. Look at that sweet face. I love him.